Okay. I think we are ready to go, finally. I am missing my goggles. Oh no, don't look! There we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on when or where you're watching this from. Time zones are a weird thing, but you are welcome to episode 136 of the Clockmon podcast. We are, of course, watching Digimon Ghost Game, Season 1, Episode 9, Warped Time. And, well, Clockmon's back for his revenge, and we haven't watched the episode yet. I have heard through the grapevine there's a bit of exposition. So we might finally start getting answers to questions, which is super fun. Because that's what we've been asking for the last couple of weeks, is a bit more, just a bit more insight on what we're building towards. It has been a slow build, similar to Digimon Tamers, similar to Digimon Savers, and even Applemon. We're starting to get into that period now where plot elements are going to start coming into the story, and that is always fun to see. And they really do. At this, this will be 9 episodes in. We talked about this last week. Savers and Tamers at the very least, it was like episode 11 and 12 before things really started picking up. Joining us this week, we have 3 little friends. Say hello.
I thought you meant these 3 little friends.
Oh, well, we also have these 3 little friends behind us there, and we'll touch on those in a moment. But we have the Gamamon Cage monster. And of course, our Lord and Savior, Jellymon-sama. So these arrived this morning. We will be looking at putting them up on a Christmas tree in the next couple of days. So, as they are teeny and they would look adorable on a Christmas tree. So that's something we're going to look at over the next day or two. We actually need to buy a tree first. And nice little one that we can
festive, but not that much fun.
Exactly, a bit of bah humbug, but we're not total monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So, how is the chat? The chat seems empty. Are we on our own tonight? Maybe we're starting a bit too late. And look, that's to be expected. There was no live episode yesterday because we had the time we would have started, we just got home from traveling. We were away for the weekend. We went to a concert. We had a great time. We got some Build-A-Bears. You can see the KK Slider and the Isabel Build-A-Bear behind us there. They were our Christmas gifts to each other. I got the Isabel, Meg got KK Slider. On that, I haven't introduced us yet. My name is AJ. I'm here with Miss Meg Winter. We're your hosts for this episode of the Clockmon podcast. And we're just kind of just easing ourselves back into things again. It's been a long weekend.
I'm actually...
Yeah, she is. I mean, she looks great, but she's actually dying.
Makeup is good.
Makeup is good for that.
I like shit, but you don't have.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. So, it was a fun weekend. We left Friday afternoon and we got back. We went to Dublin, and the city was on fire. Literally, we seen 2 separate fires and 2 separate fire trucks within the space of about 2.5 minutes. So that was fun. So then we
ambulances flying around.
Ambulances flying around the town. It was a wild weekend, to say the least. And I'm just gonna, I am being blocked by that. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
Am I being heard?
Fine.
Oh, because I thought that
the
was
mic levels. Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay, can it hear me? It can. Okay.
I told you it was good.
I had to make sure.
It's like she doesn't trust me. I mean, would you trust me? But anyway, so yeah, fires everywhere. And then we got to where we were staying for the weekend, and we had a bit of bad news there. I won't go into the ins and outs of it because it's a private matter, but it didn't taint the weekend, but it wasn't really a fun start because unfortunately these things happen, and people can be degenerate scum, and it almost tainted the weekend. But we got to see people we hadn't seen in a while, and we made the most of it, is all I'll say. And then we had the concert, which was amazing, except I thought that was what you were going into. I was going to jump into it so you didn't get annoyed.
No, I was gonna say it was again.
Yeah, like 550 people all in a small room for this concert. Like, the venue we're at wasn't large to begin with, but they had already quartered the place. Like, the place we were in normally has this super large dance floor and then this wide seating area on one side of the room. The seating area was just walled off, and there was a bar in front of it now. Probably due to restrictions, because nightclubs and things had only recently opened back up to a position where they could be at full capacity. So they were probably still walled off from when they were at 50%. And now, as luck would have it, because of Unicron, they're going to have to go back to 50% anyway from Tuesday. So there's no point in taking that wall down, or breaking the walls down, as it were. So we went to see a band called Fozzy. I don't know if you're familiar with them, chat. They're fronted by former WWE, current AEW superstar Chris Jericho, and it was a fun time. 550 people in a room, giving it socks. There's the word. Giving it socks. Not knowing who the support bands were, but making them feel welcome all the same. A lot of chanting, a lot of cheering, and then it was just madness. But it was really good. We had a lot of fun, and
that's the round all of those strangers.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, oh, well. And then when I got in there, I was like, I miss concerts.
And that's it, isn't it? So, like, obviously, like, we're not, like, we didn't go to Oxygen or something like that. Oxygen?
It is.
No, but...
We didn't go to a big music festival.
Yeah, we didn't go to a big music festival or anything like that. It was a room with 550 people in it. Plus the bands and the merch and the bar staff, So, but anyway... But it was really fun, and just to be back in that environment after, like, the last concert we went to was what, Cradle? That was Halloween. Yeah, Halloween 2018. We hadn't been to a concert since. Not for lack of trying. We've tried to go to a few events in the last year and a half, nearly 2 years, and they've been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and then just outright cancelled. Nobody's fault. So it's we're not holding it. It's not like, oh, these people, blah, blah, blah. But it was just nice to be back in a venue and just being able to enjoy ourselves and roar and sing and dance and jump. And that was great. Maybe less jumping on Megs. But
yeah, no jump.
Yeah, I did enough of that for the both of us.
I do like your silent jumping and Ring Fit out.
Yeah, like that. So like the silent jump, like the silent running and Ring Fit. Yeah. Where you're just doing squats. Yeah,
When the band was looking at me, they could see my head bobbing. There you go. Not that they could see me from where we were, but
No, I know. Well, especially not with. So, we were in the middle of the room, around where the sound designer was working from. So his equipment and things like that, right? So he was railed off. To keep him away from people and to make sure his equipment was safe. Not for the lack of people trying, just...
20 grand equipment, even their bottles on it.
Yeah, and like he was rightfully getting angry at them and they were getting offended at him being angry at them for leaving bottles beside his $20,000, sound system equipment. Like, how dare he want to make sure that his equipment is
they
safe?
filled one bottle. The concert was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Family friendly is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we're more than 30 seconds into the podcast, so YouTube can't do sugar to me for cursing at this stage. But it was fun, and the band were great. Like, the bands were great. The Stitched Up Heart, they only did about 3 or 4 songs, but they were really good. First time hearing them. The Treatment were the other support. That's the one. Other support band. They did a full set almost. They did like 5 or 6 songs or something, wasn't it? Maybe. It felt like, but they were really cool. Very 80s hair metal.
They had
so much hair, like more than me. And I have a lot of hair, begrudgingly.
The lead singer had the big 80s.
Yeah, like
almost perms, but not.
Yeah, no, like so much hair, and they were very talented as well, and very funny.
Really nice.
Yeah,
people were going up to them afterwards.
Yeah, they just, they were just happy to be there, and happy to get some new ears on their product, I suppose. So, yeah, fair play to them. And then, of course, the main event, and yeah.
I think my favorite part was when crowd chanting "the sexy bastard."
Oh yeah. So while the Treatment were playing, the first 3 rows. Now, granted, this event was all standing. Like, there was a bench along this one side of the place that wasn't walled off, but for the most part, it was 90% standing. And the first 3 rows, I would say, were probably the rowdiest. And rightfully so, right? You're that close to it. You want to give it socks, right?
Glad they did, because under the band, and they're kind of representing all of us.
Exactly. For the rest of us that are at the back going, just in tune with the songs they're singing, they were really good. But like they started chanting like "Who's a sexy bastard," and they got they got quite a lot of giggles out of that. And one person even said to the main to the lead singer, "I'm definitely getting some treatment from this."
Treatment.
Good. I'm getting some good treatment from this, and innuendos. And again, it was all banter, it was all fun, it was all just giggles and laughter, and I think everybody was just happy to be in that, that environment again.
Yeah.
And
with Chris Jericho being there.
Yeah, and the energy was electric. You could feel everybody, just what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't want to see.
No, but there was palpitations. You could feel it. So we definitely enjoyed ourselves. We were worse for wear than the following day, but we still made time to go to Build-A-Bear. We got KK Slider, we got Isabel, we got a nice onesie for the Pikachu that's covered in Animal Crossing characters as well.
He's a big fan.
Yeah. And we got a little present and a bell bag. Okay, you can kind of see the present.
KK has the bell bag. Oh no, that's the.
Oh yeah,
the bell bag is under.
Yeah, the bell bag is under the guitar, because you got to pay your musicians, right? And pay your buskers, and yeah, and Pikachu has the present. So it was all in all, it was a good night, but we were just in no mood to get in, set up the recording equipment, do this. So we put it off. I had that other video ready to go for the card opening, which, again, as I explained, the audio was corrupted. Some of it was just garbled mess. Others, it was just didn't record at all.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. Thanks very much for joining in. We haven't started yet, so we're just talking about our weekend. So thanks for joining in. We're just getting ready to start now. We just weren't in any physical condition to do this last night once we got home. So we pushed it out to today. And I'm looking forward to it, because Clockmon's revenge, and apparently BOKOMON explains it all. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. So chop now, it's a work day. Thanks, Yami. Good to see you again. You say it's a work day, but I am prepared. Some nice rum for this, and
I'm good for the rum when I have painkillers.
yeah. So Meg won't be having any rum, but I do have some Psycho. So does Meg. We have Psycho for Gamamon. You know, we'll put it in a stocking, I guess. And let's get on with it then, shall we? Let's move on with the review. So if you are watching along with us, I should actually get the WordPad ready for the reviews. Remember to right-click this week, open with Open Office.
Going to open.
It might. We've been busy, so I just haven't had a moment to try it. Okay, so perfect. So if you're watching along with us, we are watching through Crunchyroll. We're 3 seconds in. The musketeer mouse, the usual. The cat. Why did I say mouse? What was I? No. What was I thinking of? Definitely wasn't the Three Musketeers TV show. Yeah, maybe the Musketeers. Definitely the Three Musketeers show. They were all dogs, so it definitely wasn't that. But we are getting into things now. So we're on the Crunchyroll app. Feel free to follow along. Like and subscribe. We're getting so much closer to the 7,000 mark. I can almost taste it. If we can get there by the end of the year, I'd be so happy. And I'm gonna sing for you guys, for better or worse. Like, I've committed to it at this stage, but you know, whether it's an embarrassment or it's a bit of fun, it'll always be a bit of fun. But I'm willing to put myself out there.
Whether it's good or bad.
Whether it's good or bad, you know, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll have my fun, and
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Exactly. No. Look, none of this is possible without your guys' support. So thank you for tuning in every week. Was it? Oh boy. Hey Reiko, thanks for joining in. No, you're not too late. We're just about to hit the play button. We've just been talking about our weekend, and I just
20 minutes in already.
Yeah, well, we did that last week. We just cold open. That's not how that works, but you know.
The goal.
Yeah, I guess Yami, you'll have to explain that one when the episode's over, because I'm hoping it has nothing to do with spoilers for the episode. So. No, unless it's something to do with Flux. I'm guessing because Timey-Wimey.
Yeah.
So, right, well, shall we get started then? I'm going to hit the play button. Yeah, go for it. Oh, that's delightful. Right, so, cheers. That didn't show on the cameras at all, because there we go. Let's get into it then. Episode 9, Warped Time. Let's do it. Faction. Faction life. We're living the faction life, boys and girls. Let's do it. By the end of it, you may disagree. Really? Okay. Interesting.
Little bunny.
Oh, yeah?
What do you think of people?
Oh, wait. Season 2 of that is out now, is it? Yeah, we need to watch that. Blacktail Maneuver! I was going to mark out for Blacktail Maneuver. I love that one of the shadows is a house, because it reminds me of two things. Puppetmon's house from Season 1, and the house you fight in Final Fantasy VII. The Hell House, or whatever it was called. Oh yeah, the evolutions. We have names and sprites for Angoramon and Jellymon's perfect levels. So we might touch on those at the end if people are interested. We're showing the Digimon who weren't misunderstood. I'm seeing double! 4 heroes! Why is he looking at himself? Is he... Oh, is it to demonstrate he's having an out-of-body experience?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Generally.
That's what the wives' tale says. Ow! Oh!
Even that
Oh, that hurt me! Ow! No chocolate, just leave. Aw. That hero spirit, I think so. Yeah, 7G, I can't get over that. Warped time. Limited colors? Are we merch shopping?
It's your fault if they're all sold out.
Oh no! Imagine that, ooh. Half 10, 25 to 11. That's not 7. Was he just being frozen in time? Surely if you were conscious, you'd go, "Oh, okay, no, you'd be aware of what's around you, right?" Was he... Huh? Yeah. He's being frozen in little pockets of time. Okay. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey indeed. Okay.
So, standing there, talking
That's
to
what I
him,
like to imagine.
while he
Gamamon
was just standing there like this, looking at his computer for ages.
Yeah.
Gamamon just got bored and went to bed instead of figuring out something was wrong.
That's exactly what I think happened.
What is it like that?
Oh. Aww, the baby's face. Time is really an OP ability. Yeah. Oh, I want to ride the train. That was Atmon, yeah. Reshamon. Oh, look at his face! Oh, he's so happy! Don't underestimate my information network. I swear, every week Jellymon feels more like a shady drug dealer, for lack of a better word, than some sort of mafia boss. Oh. This Eyes library from Atmon? Where's the giant tree? They said reading in nature, right? So where's the giant tree? Oh, the library's haunted. Ooh. Gamamon is truly a treasure, Reiko.
Did you, Jellymon?
Yeah, I think it is just Jelly. Yeah, I think Jellymon is just the ghost haunting the library.
She's so happy telling him.
Yeah. So is this what Clockmon's been doing, but because they're actually here this time?
He's not in his...
Yeah.
Or...
He's paying attention to him.
Yeah.
Everything went wobbly. Hey, Pedja.
Hey,
Thanks for
Pedja.
joining in. What's her deal? She actually looks like someone we're going to meet soon in Pokemon.
Kind of possessed her.
Yeah, she kind of did look possessed. Oh, no.
Like some... touching the book and touching the... I guess she was just being indecisive.
I guess.
The library's throwing books at her.
Aw. Poor Kyoshiro.
He's
He's just shivering.
on a straight line arms.
Kyo's very forced into this ep. Just so he's there and they don't need to recap later.
I don't know, it's an episode where something is haunted. I feel like
Yeah, he's a main
he's
character
the-
in an
he's the
episode
scaredy
with...
cat.
BOKOMON and BAKUMON? We're seeing these a lot lately. Because BOKOMON was in Adventure 2020, and I'm pretty sure BAKUMON was in an episode of that as well. And BAKUMON was also in Try as Maki's partner. Yeah, the one that didn't remember who she was, so she went crazy and drowned in the dark ocean. Yeah, Try was dark. Just wasn't good.
Great.
He's pretty proud of himself, yeah.
Why are we talking about him?
BOKOMON? Probably because of Frontier, because he's a big character in that. And he becomes a dad to Patamon, who was one of the holy angels and then got killed off by Mercurymon.
Yeah, maybe.
Like that sash he's wearing, when the Patamon egg hatches, it's wearing one of those.
Ah.
Have you seen my father? Oh, what? They've realized. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting... Okay, we are getting exposition. Aww.
He's giving her head
He's giving head pats and nose rubs. Aww. Oh! So there's different states of hologram mode. Or invisibility. So that's why some were able to interact with things, but Dracmon couldn't.
Isn't a competition.
This isn't a competition, Jellymon. We all know you're amazing. Hey, Sleek.
It's leaky.
Emotion. So is this also explaining the relationship between Daigo and Yatagaramon? But I always got the feeling Daigo was possessed or hypnotized. And they actually mentioned Dracmon by name. Yeah, maybe, and that could relate to that whole.
He looked like he was a bit of
like Tesla. Allegedly. That guy did everything by his own obsession. Okay, so that explains the feelings pouring out of the heart thing then.
be burned up.
Oh, I'm sorry, hero. Your dad might be dead. I can't go visit.
Well, there was a big hole in the floor.
Oh, there was, yeah.
Smoking hole. Oops. Dead.
D coffee shop. Okay. A big D. I mean, it's right. It's better than it's better than anime's 500 Starbucks ripoff. Oh my god, that is some nice looking ice cream.
It is, but that was a really weird jump.
Oh my god, look at Jellymon's ice cream. Oh man, I kind of want it. And Gamon's is just all the chocolate. Feelings have also been used a lot in stories in the franchise for power-ups, both human and feel strange. No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Digimon Savers is built around the power of emotion, literally. That's what the Digisoul is. It's your emotions manifested.
I just meant strange thought. Trying to talk to him whatever book he was.
Oh yeah.
Gamamon just went, "I'm hungry," and they went that.
Oh yeah. Instead of anything else to move the thing along. Uh-oh.
You're on your own.
I want them to.
Bit of chocolate.
Eggs on the Psycho. Their parfaits look awesome. Yeah, they do.
Tiny
What
chocolate.
time is it? Yo. He's back!
That is terrifying.
Oh yeah. Well, good to see Clockmon is still as horrifying as ever. Oh.
Ooh, yeah. That's black.
Yeah.
This was really...
How did Gamamon hear the phone drop?
More that he sensed.
Heroes in danger?
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god, Hero's angry face. Are we getting Gulus this week? It's a bit early for the protagonist to have an evil face on him. Holy ring. Oh, BOKOMON.
I thought he was wagging his tail. But
It's just his smoke. Yeah. Oh yeah, he is a holy beast, so that checks out. You got bad vibes. Oh!
Ow.
Ow! I'm sure that hurts Gamamon more than Clockmon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, kaboom.
Is he gone kaboom? No. Are we... Is stuff happening? Is stuff happening? Is that the Masters? Dun 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 dun. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, he didn't.
He didn't evolve, but... What the hell was that?
There was a face there.
Did he just...
Back to it?
Gamamon can do that? Oh, that's creepy. No! No, you don't get help!
Help me.
Help me? No! You don't get help!
I just tried to kill you, but you know.
Hero's gonna help him, isn't he?
Don't die.
Oh! Oh!
Look, he's breaking apart. Flipping die. It's all good. Hero,
Oh,
don't.
that's so creepy!
Hero,
The arm
no.
falling off!
Sit back down.
Hero? Why?
Why?
Green? They wouldn't put the Triceratops in here. No, red. Okay, okay. Here we go. I don't
Right
know.
now.
I don't know. It'd be cool, though.
Oh, just...
No, no, no. Don't save him.
Oh. Kill it. Hero just said he was gonna murder heroes. So,
Yeah, I'd be okay with them just learning that, you know. So, oh, a new attack. Okay.
What?
Sore blow?
Sword blow? Oops, sword.
Uh-huh. I like the effect around the flames, though. I'll say that. That looks really good. But why are we saving Clockmon? This does no. And who knew you could affect time by punching it? It's healing him.
Damn, it is. Why? Send it back to being an egg?
That's the only thing I can think of. But eventually this show is going to have to kill something. But I think when we get there, it's going to mean something. Because this is the closest we've gotten. So maybe they're building it up that death means something. If he dies, he turns back into an egg anyway. I get that. But I think Digimon, I think it's going to have to mean something. It was a very... Is he a good guy now? This isn't going to be you saved my life, I'm not going to be evil anymore thing, is it? His whole personality is different. What the hell happened? Invisibility training? Now, to be fair, Hero was an angry boy before Gamamon showed up, so there might be more to read into that line than... Yeah, he should have just died. Yeah. He should have been destroyed or reverted to an egg. Time should have gone back the other way.
Yeah, he should have gone back to an egg and then Professor
BOKOMon?
BOKOMon takes the egg
Yeah.
and trains it. That would have made more sense.
Yeah, you just run with that line like,
Yeah.
oh, when he's reborn, it'll be a new life and a chance to start again, or some. God, this was really good up until that.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, this episode was actually good up until that. They won't go like other Digimon series, killing any evil Digimon that goes against them. They set things going forward with the philosophy of not killing. Personally, I liked it. Look, I get that they might be building up to the idea that a Digimon death has to mean something, or will have some sort of repercussion on the series. But Clockmon just should have gone away.
Should have reverted, but they had the perfect means to turn him all the way back.
Yeah.
To an egg and go from there. Then he doesn't die, he's still alive, but you know.
Yeah. Kinkakumon? Tribal Amazon lady? Ginkakumon as well? Oh, okay. I mean, this screams filler, but hell, I'll take it. I like these two designs. Okay.
Interesting.
God damn it. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, last week, exposition
On what exactly is going on, or
materializing.
materializing.
Whatever you call it.
Yeah, and why a lot of it seemed to contradict itself, and we got that, and I'm happy with the explanation.
Yeah,
There's just
that was
different
good.
levels of it, and I'm okay with that. And Dracmon was too weak to be at Sistermon CL's level of materialization, or Yadagaramon's level. I still think Yadagaramon was actually materialized. I don't think he was a hologram ghost. But it's an explanation.
Yeah. That's what I asked for.
Yeah. Yeah, Ginkakumon and Kinkakumon. They're like, I love those designs. So I'm happy to see them next week. But this episode, though, they were so close. They should have just either let Clockmon perish, you know, or
I really want to be
if they really
good kid and do the right thing.
Reverse
the time, but reverse it a bit.
Yeah, you reverse time and send them back to being like, none of this, he's a good guy now stuff. Because we don't, how did that happen? Did the evil was he wound so far back he was purified?
Like, I've met people like you.
Yeah, and that rings too much like the Sirenmon ending. Where it's like, oh, the power of your song made me realize I shouldn't strangle people. Oh!
Close.
If the clock was stuck going forward, how does he go back to being an egg? Well, that's what the clock. If the clock being stuck going forward, he would have just perished, and the data would have fluttered away or whatever, right? You would have just had a straight up death. But if the show wants to have its cake and eat it, when Gamamon starts pounding on the clock to reverse time, you do the other thing, as Meg said, and you reverse it all the way back to him being an egg, and then BOKOMON just raises the egg or whatever. You know, so you either kill him off,
like a baby
whatever his baby form is. Yeah, one of the, you know, you do anything like that.
Here, yeah.
So you either go all the way forward and let him perish, because that was really cool and creepy, where like the machine arm was falling off and
like crumbling and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me.
Yeah. Oh, because this is the episode I thought was going to set the tone of the show. Because you've got someone coming back who was abhorrently malicious in the first episode, and it's like they had the idea and then chickened out at the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Like the other 7 series before it. Like, Oh. So like if the clock was stuck going forward, you just let him perish like he was already falling apart. Or if you really have to reverse the clock to save him, you just reverse it so far back he reverts to a lower form or a Digi-Egg. And that's how you have your cake and eat it too. He's beaten and he's no longer a threat, but you did the morally correct thing and didn't kill him. And maybe that's what they're building to. Maybe Gulus is going to be the first one to kill something. Maybe that's what they're building to, because Gulus turned up here, basically.
Yeah.
And he was the one who almost murdered Clockmon to begin with.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I get what you mean, though.
Yeah. Disrupting it.
Yeah, okay, Peacemaker. Okay. Okay, John Cena. Okay. We'll just stick a toilet bowl on your head next, will we?
He was there for comedy.
That's it, yeah. He was there for the comedy of it.
He's the scaredy cat, and there was library ghost. He was literally just there for Jellymon, for our pleasure.
Yeah, basically, and I'm okay with that. All hail Jellymon-sama. It makes sense. Let's see. Well, I think it was more of a thing where he was about to have a really horrible death in the way he used to kill people, and then the people who tried to hurt ended up saving him. Yeah, it makes sense, but it wasn't particularly well executed. Well, yeah, we'll definitely agree there. I feel like this is the tone. Yeah, everyone can be redeemed. Yeah, and then Meg went all Peacemaker on us. Even after a lot of people die by the actions of the villain, honestly, what bothers me the most about this episode is I don't know what to draw or why to draw. Who, maybe? Well, this was going
more Gulus than we got the last time.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to show up in the fighting game
not the next
VR episode. No.
The next time he comes out, he's.
Yeah.
That's where.
And that's where it's going to shift.
God.
Well, I'm glad my break came when it did. Hey, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Thanks for joining in.
I'm a little torn.
I am so torn. This is an episode I feel like I'll need to watch it again. To sort of appreciate it. I think the wild card is just he was terrified of what the spirit of Gulus Gamamon, and then that came out again and f***ed him up. So I think it's just a wild card in the sense that there's a hidden dark power within him. Imananji. Something that I know is that people really want the series to change tone, getting more serious like the previous. Yeah, look, I'm okay with the slice of life openings. I'm not in a I understand that this series has a track record of doing nothing for 15 episodes and then throwing the plot at you.
I don't want it to go all super serious.
Yeah, I don't want the last 10 episodes of Digimon Tamers immediately. But this gave us plot stuff, and I'm kind of happy with that.
I am happy with that.
Is it necessary to change tone? No.
Not so much tone.
I think the tone is good where it is, but I think it's more how much. I think people. I don't want to bring it back to Adventure 2020, but I think maybe it's a case where with Adventure 2020, because it was fight, breather into fight, action scene, breather, action scene, fight. I think people are just kind of, where's my fighting? Where's my...
Yeah, and it's gagging for fighting all the time, and just plot and just this loving comedy stuff,
Yeah.
silly stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's all really well executed and
But-
works within the context of what they're doing. Each episode has a good balance of action, comedy, and tension. Like, it's just the final 2 minutes of what look to be important episodes always just seem to drop the ball.
Yeah. Just a little. Too much. Everything.
Yeah.
They should be out murdering
Yeah, no, like this shouldn't turn
one
it.
extremely evil one getting.
Yeah, look, this shouldn't be
Defeated
edgy.
a bit,
This
like-
this shouldn't be the edgy McEdgerson show.
You're marketing it horror.
Be more horror.
Something.
Oh.
No.
No, but
But that's the thing sometimes with horror villains or even real life, that's why we have the death penalty. Some things are just do and the only way.
yeah, like I get why we have. Like, I mean, we don't have that here.
Yeah, but I mean that's
get,
why it exists in the first place. No, I'm not saying I'm for or against it or anything, but just in relation to this, Clockmon was vicious.
yeah,
Stuck in the life out of people.
he shouldn't have been redeemed.
I don't think.
No, I don't think he should have been redeemed.
Let him.
Let him die or revert him. If you want to have your cake and eat it too, you revert him.
Have him turn around. Oh, I'm good now.
Yeah,
That didn't work.
that's the bit that doesn't work for me. Yeah, that doesn't work for me, brother. Honestly, I'd be perfectly fine if this series didn't have a main story at all. It was basically just a compilation of small stories, with each story being a mystery to solve. Yeah.
I still think.
I think you do that as an audio drama, though.
With that, I still have a returning monster. Gotta be dealt with.
Hedger brings up a point. Do you think Drachmon's going to get the same treatment? He turns back up again. Is he just going to be redeemed? Episode? Or brought to the light? I wouldn't be shocked. This show needs our cast to bounce off each other more. Interactions have been rather limited. I would honestly disagree highly with that. I think because we have a smaller cast, they interact so much more, and like the relationship between Hiro and Kyoshiro, where Kyoshiro is the dorm leader and has this sense of like, he has this rank above Hiro within school, but when they go on their adventures, Hiro is clearly the leader because Kyoshiro is a scaredy cat. Hiro and Rory bounce off each other well and putting their heads together and coming up with what they should do, and the Digimon, like the humans interact with each other's Digimon in this show. I could count on one hand how often that happened in the last show.
Yeah, I like. Well, last episode when we was on the call.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, let's go to the next place. And he's like, nope.
Yeah,
Hang on.
like stuff like that. Yeah, where like Rory's trying to drag them all on adventures and Kyoshiro's just like, nah, I'm out. You know, that's like, we don't get those interactions.
I find Goremon is like the big brother.
Yeah.
The wise big brother.
Jellymon's the bratty little sis,
Yeah.
and Gamamon's the baby.
The big. Yeah. All in little.
They are,
That's what I
because you know, like Jellymon picks on Kyoshiro and trolls the enemies. She doesn't pick on Angoramon and Gamamon, and she could so easily pick on Gamamon because he's baby. But you know, Kyoshiro is her darling, so you know what her teasing is the equivalent of love taps.
Yeah.
You know, but then she trolls the enemies as well. You know, so And then Goromon is like a bottle of wisdom when he needs to be, but you can tell from the episodes he does care about Ruri, and even in this episode when Hiro got warped out of time or whatever, and he was like, I should have gone to get you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that's an interaction. That is a Digimon being its own entity and having its own personality. Outside of what I said a lot about Adventure 2020 is where the Digimon just felt like the human, but again. Like Angoramon isn't just another Ruri, or Angoramon talks to other people than Ruri.
Yeah.
And that's, so I would disagree on the relationships part. I actually think they bounce off each other very well.
Yeah.
And you can tell there's a camaraderie there and everything else. I would disagree. I mean, I can see why people might feel that way, because like it's not like, I don't know, it's not like Angoramon and Kyoshiro are going out for dinner.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be.
Rory took.
Yeah, and Rory took Gamamon and Jellymon for ice cream.
He said, Rory, I'm hungry. He didn't say
He didn't
Hero,
say Hero.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, he went, Rory, I'm hungry. And she was like, okay, let's go get ice cream.
Yeah.
And bought him a big chocolate parfait. Ideally, Drachmon's fate would be Rory's call, so it could be different. That's fair.
I feel like I said that last time, didn't I? I feel like...
Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Like, if Hiro has sort of this moral obligation to do the right thing, maybe to be a good big brother to Gamamon. I don't know. You do that whatever you want, or because of the abandonment issues, like dad's locked in the digital world, mom is traveling the world, curing AIDS or whatever. And
he also helps.
Yeah.
When people ask for help, he just does it.
Yeah, and we've seen that. Like, he's very submissive.
Yeah.
Like he's not as bad as, like, well, I don't know if he's as bad, or you haven't seen Cross Wars yet, but the main character for that is kind of the same thing. He'll put everybody else before himself to the point where he exhausts himself doing it. And one of the other characters basically has to run around with a bag that says Taiki on it, because it's stuff to just bring him back when he exhausts himself, like pillows and smelling salts and stuff like that. He's almost to that level where he's just like, it's easier for him to comply and do the right thing, because it's easier than worrying about the ifs and buts of doing what might be the wrong thing. Ruri may not have that risk, that moral ambiguity to her. She may just go, nah, no. Yeah. But what I did like about this episode is the mirroring to episode 1. Not just because it's Clockmon and Gulus, right? Clockmon and Gulus shows up. But that line that BOKOMON said about the evolution possibly being triggered by the bond between Hiro and Gamamon. Hiro was an angry boy. Like, Hiro looked like a Digimon hero does before Dark Evolution happens. And then we get the spirit of Gulus turning up. And that kind of happened in episode 1 as well. So I do like that. But it also does lead into, maybe Hiro does go off the deep end eventually. Yeah. Maybe just something winds him up so much and Gamamon goes kaboom because of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he asked, killed him or something to get on his nerves.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's too early in the show to pull that. If a villain pulls that, I think that's in the second half of the show, late into the second half of the show. They already let Dracomon go. If they let him go again, it's so stupid. Yeah, I get that. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what the chat is saying, because we've just got caught up in our own bitching. Where are we? If Draco, hold on. Listen, a comment above that. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's see. Is it necessary to change the tone? Okay, yeah, we've Yeah, we did answer that roundabout. But, like, by tonal shift, I don't mean that the show is going to be edgy McEdgerson, but I do think the slice of life stuff and has to sort of be dialed back, and more plot-related storytelling needs to come in. And I think, similar to Tamers, Savers, and even Applemon, I think we're getting there. But I do think there is a lot of impatience because, I don't know, like, the Davas in Tamers didn't turn up in episode 1. Like, the D-Reaper didn't show up in episode 12. I think we need to remember that. Mercurymon, or Marukimon, he turned up in episode 11 of season 5. So we do have, so we've done the slow burn thing before. So I think, I just hope our patience pays off. If our patience pays off and it's all worth it in 40 weeks, awesome. Right, so then you could have comparisons later. Gamamon succumbs to his, but Hero surpasses his with help from the others. In terms of the Hero setting Gamamon off thing, yeah, I think that'd be really cool. It would also be sort of a neat little, maybe not entirely a callback to what happened with Taichi and Skull Greymon, but I think it would be a neat little, and again, spoilers for season 5. Masaru succumbs to just things that happen in the plot, drives his mega level to mode change into a dark version of itself, and the Digimon dies because of it. It rampages until it loses control, and the main character's partner dies.
Oh, okay.
And then there's that confidence thing of, until the two are reunited, and then it's, let's go and get him, and so they could do that. Like they could do something similar to that again.
Isn't that kind of...
Yeah.
And it got hurt.
Yeah.
And all that, and allow him.
Yeah. He got super overprotective of Terriermon because of it. Yeah. So I think that'd be interesting to do, and that would be a fun character dynamic that the show really doesn't explore all too much. Justin, then, does anyone else feel like the Digimon Tamers Center should have came to the trading card game sooner? Yeah, they should have. Like, I still think it's funny that we got Frontier cards and Savers cards before we got Tamers cards. We're only getting the 0-2 cast now, 8 booster packs in, and the Tamers lot are showing up in a side pack. It's not even a mainline booster set, they're in a side pack. It's hilarious. But I do like that a lot of the cards in that set are mocked up, like with card art from the show. Like a lot of the option cards and the power for the card slashes, like it's done like those.
Okay.
And I think there's sleeves you can get that look like the back of the older cards as well, because that back is based on the original game. Well, the Japanese version of the original game anyway. But yeah, it is like the trading card game anime only coming to the trading card now 2 years later. Kinda funny. Yeah, well, I get it. I called that for weeks. If this was adventure themed, people would say let it play out. Like an NXT call up to the main roster. Yeah. Let it play out. It'll be fine. Oh, they're fired. Oh. Oh, let it play. Oh, they dropped the show. Oh, they don't want to watch it anymore. And I said that would happen. I mean, if this was adventure, people would be more forgiving. But I do think I think it's just a slow burn and a bit of patience, and hopefully it'll pay off. Sleek then says the episode was enjoyable, but I don't like that Clockmon just got redeemed. Yeah, we're still a bit torn on that. I think Reiko says honestly, it would be perfectly fine if this series didn't have a main story at all. Basically, a compilation of small stories with each story being a mystery to solve. Yeah, I mean. Sure. I mean, at least tonally, it would be consistent, because you would just have this slice of life Digimon show that a mystery pops up every couple of episodes and you go Scooby Gang on it, you know, and that'd be fun. Maybe if this show had a bit more, obviously I'm not saying the show should be Scooby Doo, but if there was something in the background that wasn't Hero's dad that the group were all sort of talking about and we were building up to, that could be kind of fun. Like this bigger mystery among all these smaller incidents, that could be really fun. Then Pedja says if Drakmon is redeemed, Pedja's done with the show. Well, hopefully he'll still join us for the watch along and review. We'd be sad to see you go, Pedja. Yami, then the show needs our cast to bounce off each other. We covered that. Jackie then says, up again. I wonder how Hero's sense of time is affected by Clockmon. So far, I think it's time skip and somehow Hero moves at a slower rate. Strange we never see it from Hero. We never see Hero from another character's perspective. Yeah, we kind of talked about that with the scene with Gamamon and Hero at the computer, where suddenly the computer was just at 12. My guess is Hero is just frozen in time. Or, you know, or he's pulled out of time and popped back in. It's one of those, right? But I think we did start to see it from the other character's perspective in the library. Because it started happening again with the ringing in his ear and everything getting wibbly wobbly. But the others were there to keep him focused, so the spell didn't have the same effect. And again, only for Gamamon, only for Bakumon and BOKOMON showing up, never mind Gamamon, only for those two showing up the second time, it would have happened again, and I think at that stage Hero would have just died. So, Pedja, so this show just needs to be renamed Digibusters. Who are you gonna call? Jackie, other than that one time in the library, again, the Bakumon and BOKOMON showing up when they did and using Bakumon's holy ring to break the spell. Yeah. Justin says then, when I saw Clock... Did I miss? I hope Drakmon dies. I can't say no because we've been falling for it. Like, something has to... Death has to... When a Digimon dies in the show, based on the way the show has been going, when a Digimon dies in this show eventually, because it will happen, right? I don't think we're going to get 40-odd episodes of The Power of Friendship. I don't. But when we do get there and something dies, I think it has to hit them like a brick. Now, whether it's a main character, I don't think they have the balls to do that. I don't think Gulus Gamamon's descent upon Earth is going to wipe out Gamamon, you know, or maybe Hero has to re-raise him again afterward. I don't think they've the fortitude to do that. But when something dies, it has to be something close to them, and it has to hit them like a brick at this stage. As we're getting there, Clockmon was falling apart, only for, I guess Gamamon just wasn't angry enough to keep, or maybe so Gulus Gamamon's power didn't have an anchor for long enough of a time.
Yeah, I think it's because Hero's that Clockmon had been hit by whatever it was.
Yeah, it snapped him out of it.
And it snapped him out of being angry, more of a shock.
Exactly,
like, what's happening?
and that feeds back in then to what BOKOMON was saying about the evolution and their bond. So I think it's subtle nuance they're really going for here. Which is going to be really smart depending on how this show plays out down the road. I think that's going to be really smart. If they are going for something more subtle where Hero's emotional state may be what causes Gamamon to explode or go kaboom. Hero giving off bad vibes, so to speak. I think, like that's a really subtle thing that we haven't seen before. And I'd totally be okay with it so long as, well, that is what they do, and it's eventually they say, this is why that happened. Pinky's out. So, where were we? Justin, when I saw Clockmon ask for help, I instantly thought of Dragon Ball Z when Frieza did the same thing. And yeah, it's a villainy thing, isn't it? I'm going to murder you. Oh no, my plan has backfired. Please help me.
Yeah.
It's a tropey villain thing. And in the moment, because of the way this episode was going, it was kind of like, oh no. And then you realize Hero's going to help, and you go, oh no. Goku would do the same thing. This is a Toei anime trope. Goku would do the same thing.
Villain building or something.
No, yeah. Yeah, you know, like a Die Hard with Alan Rickman falling off. Nikotome Plaza? Not Nakatomi Plaza. Yeah.
Or as well. Falling off the roof and they don't help.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Batman logic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you either. Twisted logic for Batman. If you're inadvertently resulting in the person's death, you inadvertently did the. But look, that's another topic for another discussion of another thing in general. Yeah. Reiko then says, imagine murder mystery in a mansion on top of a cliff. The maid, Airdramon, found the body of the head butler, Andromon, in the music room, locked from the inside, and they have to find the killer. So Digimon Cluedo. Right, so
or
so
the Supernatural Scooby-Doo.
The Supernatural episode with Scooby-Doo, yeah. I don't know, Digimon Cluedo would be fun. So what would that be? Colonel Gamamon with the candlestick? Digimon, actually, yeah, you know, someone get on that. Somebody make Digimon Cluedo. Or is it, or sorry, Clue for our American viewers. It's Cluedo over here, but I think it's just Clue for you guys. And that Yami, the Digimon relationship with each other as well. We talked about that. They already let Dracmon go, so if they let him go again, it's stupid. Ideally, Dracmon's fate would be Rory's call, so it could be different. Talked about that. Justin, oh well, we did get to see Baby Gamamon go kaboom, sort of. Yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely, but something has to happen, I think, to set Hero off again. I think that's what they're getting to. I think it's Hero who will cause Gamamon to go kaboom. And if that is the case, I like this ending more than I did 10 minutes ago. Because it makes Hero morally dubious. Because he's got this sense of responsibility about him. But if he's a short fuse, for some backstory reason we don't know yet, that's really fun. So, like, it's all depends on what they do with it down the road, and whether you can look back at it and go, oh my god, this all has so much more depth and meaning and etc. In the moment, it's a bad ending. But if they turn it around in 4 or 5 episodes and go, no, this is why this happened, I'll give it a 5. I'll go back and redo my score. Like, if the power of hindsight changes feelings on certain episodes, I've no bother going back and saying, looking at it a second time and having, is that cheating? Having pre-knowledge or having advanced knowledge of what's going to happen, is that cheating? Maybe a little, but
The Walking Dog Reiko.
oh. Reiko.
See you again.
Oh yeah, we'll probably still be here when you get back. Like we've a bunch of comments to go through and then stuff from last week, and yeah. So hopefully we'll see you when you get back, and do enjoy your walk and give the doggo scritches for us. Give him nice little scritches there for us. So where were we?
Episode 1.
Oh really?
Up there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh.
So he was mad at Clockmon. Hurt his friend. through the tree.
That's why he threw the tree at him, yeah.
The tree, yeah, as he figured out. I feel like he was mad.
Maybe, I mean, it's been 10 weeks. Maybe a rewatch for that comparison. But I mean, maybe a rewatch is in order. Like, I haven't committed the episodes line by line to memory. Sorry if that makes me a fake fan. But, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, sorry, just, you know, all this bloody Ghost Game merch here and back there and just all my Digimon videos for the last 7 years in general. Yeah, I'm a fake fan. That's my shame. It's gonna hide in here. Sorry, I had to work the gimmick in at some point. But anyway,
yeah, we will have to go back.
We'll go back and rewatch it, but maybe my memory is just conflating scenes. But if it is more of a mirror to episode 1, I think that's really nice as well.
Yeah, like I was saying, that 10 episodes back. We're rewatching this episode, and 9 are the ones watch anything.
Yeah.
Or if the first and watch, or
yeah, looking at the calendar for the next couple of weeks, because that'd be something I'd like to do. Maybe we might do something midweek, maybe a Wednesday or something. Because looking at the calendar, they're not taking a Christmas break this year, which I think is so weird.
Yeah,
you know, like it's just going
something to do with the time.
Yeah,
that shows. Well, I know American shows take a break. Start of December till January.
Yeah, but like even like, but usually like there's like a
long.
week break where there's no new episodes of a thing, and you know the kids can just enjoy the holidays, you know, the holidays with family or whatever. But they're not taking a break this year.
Really
they do.
So nowadays,
they do, yeah. I mean they go to KFC for Christmas, don't they? And like that's not even a myth. That's a thing they do. They love the Colonel and his 11 spices. You know, but so there's no, but what I suppose what I was getting at is there's no break in the holiday lineup that we could say, well, we'll do it that week instead. So we'll have maybe, yeah, we'll work it in like before a live episode.
Like if we have,
like if we do
like
it,
we could just watch it and be like, oh yeah, I feel exactly this.
It'll be something we do.
Come up with some stuff.
Yeah, it'll be.
We'd like to talk about.
Yeah, well, it'll be something we do. Obviously, it won't be live because that would be exhausting, and we're saving the long live stream for when we hit 10K. And we'll do our full, and we'll do a 12-hour Digimon Adventure dub watch along. So I get to torture Meg.
Where is it?
It's just there. So once we hit 10K, we'll be doing a watch along of this for 12 hours. So please help me get to 10K, because it'll upset Meg. I mean, she'll be happy at the number going up, but we get to make her watch this, and won't that be fun?
Why dub? Because I watched it. Well, I've seen some of it years and years ago, dubbed, but I've never sat down and watched it completely, and I only watched the subtitle version, and those are my version of children.
Yeah,
those abominations.
These are my versions of these kids. Like, I love the Japanese version, right? But this is the one I grew up on, and to say otherwise would be a lie, and to pretend that I didn't, or that only the Japanese version matters would be a lie, because this is the one I grew up on. And if I am going to rewatch it again, I may as well watch it for 12 hours of bad jokes and dialogue where there doesn't need to be dialogue, and cheesy music like "Hey Digimon" and "Let's kick it up," and
me going, wait, that's not what?
Yeah, and Meg going, that scene was cut, that's not what happened there.
Except when we were watching the movie, and that
Oh yeah,
whole side story was cut out. I didn't even notice until you pointed
that's
it
how
out.
bad Hurricane Touchdown is as a
Yeah.
movie. That the dub version made it better by getting rid of a side plot that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I had to point out to Meg during our watch along of Digimon the movie about that whole subplot about the kids going missing and being de-aged, like the season 1 kids.
Yeah, and I even
Completely forgot all about it until I pointed out and went, oh yeah, I didn't even notice.
And even in that bit where they're on the train and everyone just off the train and walk, and I was, what happened to all the people? And it just still didn't click.
Yeah.
But that's where they were.
So, you know, like, so the dub has its good spots. You know, the dub does have its good spots, and I would be lying to myself if I was to say it didn't. And maybe that's age. Maybe that's not having to. Maybe that's age and not having to feel like I need to be cool and oh no, sub only, man. You know, I don't have to be. It's like some sort of reverse hipster. You know, so, you know, or maybe we'll do, I don't know, maybe we'll do 6 hours of each and see how they compare. Something, but you know what, I would rather just pop these into the PlayStation and hit the play button and be on my merry way, you know. So
I do feel like I need to watch them. But it's not been a long while, but it's been
about a year, maybe 2. Ty's dub voice is iconic. It is Joshua Sett's voice. You know, whether you know him from Digimon or you know him from Akira or you know him from Cyborg 009 or you know him from random Jackie Chan movies. You know, from back in the early 90s where they would just put English voiceover, and that's where that stereotype came from. Yeah, I'm never sure of which movie it is because I don't know if he's credited or not. But I remember sitting there, I remember watching, I was very young, and I remember watching this Jackie Chan movie, and all of a sudden I just hear Ty's voice, and oh, that's Ty! You know, it's just that voice that sticks out. You know, so it's you know, and when Michael Reyes wasn't brought back for Try and they got McNugget in to do the voice of Matt, and then they didn't bring him back for Kizuna again, I was upset by that. You know, like Michael Lindsay, God bless him, you know, rest in peace. Like, obviously you couldn't bring him back for Joe. But he didn't come back and try, and he wanted to. They just didn't invite him back. I was like, stop! Stop! I'm hearing half the cast I'm familiar with, and I'm hearing half the cast that I'm not. Like, the guy that plays...
It makes you wonder if the rest of the cast were, like, you know, being polite, but, like...
It's all union stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're most of them are union actors, and, well, Bandai or Saban doesn't really play well with union actors, because you have to treat them a certain way. You know, with respect. That's why the voice of Kari didn't come back. The bunny from Beastars.
Still there, where it's like... but,
oh, you think behind the scenes? Like,
yeah,
they're like,
the acting.
This feels wrong. Like, do you think it feels wrong for them in the booth?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, we'll never hear those stories, but...
No, they'll never.
No, they'll never... You know, NDAs are a thing, and you don't want to come out against your fellow actor for one reason or another. But, you know, as a fan, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because the guy who played Daigo in the dub voiced TK in season 2. But they got Johnny Young Bosch in to voice TK in Try. Yeah. Because you have you have Johnny Young Bosch on your poster, and that'll generate more views or whatever. But I'm just like, the guy is there. Doug Erholtz is right there playing another character. Just let him be TK. Just let him be TK. Mario and Chris Pratt.
Yeah. We've got a lot of comments.
I know. We're going off on tangents, and guys, this... I think you've kind of noticed over the last few weeks, the podcast is starting to get a lot more informal. We're having a lot more fun. We're having a lot more conversation. We're answering the comments. We're I'm digi-splaining to Meg or mon-splaining. It's becoming a conversation rather than just review, comment, goodbye. You know, we're trying new things and we're trying to, you know, I suppose have to put some personality into it.
Yeah.
Right? So
Not that you didn't have personality, but
I am shocked. Yeah, you know, but like Meg's new to all this. I'm the veteran in this respect, and what a weird thing to be a veteran for. But you know, these tangents are going to happen, and I hope it doesn't detract from the experience too much.
Yeah, help that my brain goes. What if?
Yeah, and I have the attention span of a gnat at the best of times. So you'll go, oh, what if, and I'll go, squirrel. So hold on, let's go. Let's go back to the comments then.
Okay.
Jackie, so going to what BOKOMON Hakase said about humans going to the digital world where they get burned to a crisp. Feels like the digital world gets a defense system after the past season. Well, you don't want another Karada incident, right? That's funny though. That is funny. The digital world just putting up an anti-human firewall.
Yeah.
And just going, no, we're not doing this again. Let's see. I like how BOKOMON said there's a greater force, that there's a reason for Digimon entering the real world. Yeah, and we kind of got a little bit of that with Angora talking about the AI that created Digimon. So it's all slow build and it's all coming together piece by piece. You know, and I'm okay with that when we do get the big exposition dumps, rather than just going, episode 4, here's everything. Now go have combat for another 10 episodes. You know, I'm okay with that.
Stay with breadcrumbs. Slice.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Breadcrumbs and then a slice, rather than have the whole. Exactly what I was going to say. Rather than here's the whole pan in episode 4. Go spend the next 30 episodes looking for the Holy Digimon, and having every other episode be a fight. Have every episode be a fight episode. Adventure 2020. We're not that podcast anymore, I promise. I say that every week. So did they just grab screenshots of the Tamers show for the card game? For the D-Reaper, it definitely looks like. For the D-Reaper cards, it definitely looks like they just took screenshots from the show rather than redraw it. But for the Tamer cards, they redrew certain scenes based on what from the opening theme. So if you look at the Takato card, like he's doing that with the goggles and he's got the determined face on him, like that's a redraw from that scene in the Tamer's opening. Same with Ruki with the glasses and, you know, holding her sunglasses up or whatever. But that's what they did with the Digimon Frontier Tamers. Like all those cards are redraws or remakes of their poses from the Fire opening. But definitely for the D-Reaper cards, definitely looks like they just pulled it from the show and went, that'll do. I'm not going to spoil too much here for you, Meg, but let me just bring up this card here and you tell me if that looks like someone drew it or they just pulled it from the TV show.
Oh, that's just...
That's just a screenshot.
It is just a screenshot.
He'll come up later. He's one of Takato's friends. So yeah, it's just they just pulled him from.
Yeah, like he doesn't look like he's been drawn onto another background.
Yeah. So drop this show, so stupid, but I see why. They're so used to fight eps and evolutions that Adventure had, and this show is not that. Yeah. But that's what's going to happen when you only have 3 characters. You can't do an evolution arc with 3 characters. I still don't like that Gamamon's going to have 4 evolutions for the champion level. By the time the first arc is done. But you can't do an evolution arc with only 3 characters, so you have to do something to pad the runtime. Yami says pretty much all prior series had fights, even in the early build-up arc. Yeah. Yeah, but they were Monster of the Week fights. They weren't plot related. Like, episode 1, the fight with Kawagomon, you could argue it was a plot related ep because they fell off the cliff and that sent them into the digital, into the digital world proper. But it was still a Monster of the Week episode. It was the first episode. And then episode 2, you had Shellmon, and you got Greymon out of it, fine. But you'd 7 kids to work with. So your Monster of the Week episodes could have a bit more, I don't want to say substance, but they could have a bit more to them, because for the first 7 episodes, first 6, because Patamon doesn't evolve for another 6 episodes after that. For the first 7 episodes, you can do that Monster of the Week, fight, evolution, win the day, and that's it. But even in season 1, those first couple of episodes, nothing died. They knocked the black gear out of it, and that was it. It went back, like Joe's episode with Unimon. They knocked the black gear out of it, and Unimon flew away. Centauramon, they pointed a Digivice at him, and Centauramon went, "Oh, I have lore to give you. Hold on a sec. Let me bring up my blackboard here." So like it's the character limit is good because it does allow the characters to bounce off each other more. But I can see why people, maybe being used to a certain formula, are kind of going, "Where's my formula?" And it's a very fine balance, and you're not going to please everybody.
Like it not harder to anyone.
Yeah.
Like
the only
like different kids and
yeah, and even season 2, they weren't killing everything. They were knocking dark rings off them. And once the dark ring went away, oh, he's back to normal now. Bye, Monochromon! So it's like, it's not new that we don't kill things for 10 episodes. It's just that this show runs at a certain pace. It runs, and it's got this great blend of action and comedy and tension. And then the last 2 minutes it goes, "Hi, friend." And you go, "Well, we did this.
Yeah.
Do another thing. Hi, friend." Oh. But because you don't... But you...
Oh. Wrong. What?
Yeah. Which could argue to be a better result then, while it's not possessed anymore and just off it trots.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Kind of is. This is just the dark gear, dark ring arc. Like, Tamers is different. Like, that whole show was based around killing and loading data. Ruki and Renamon lived off that. Henry wanted nothing to do with it, and Takato and Guilmon were babies who hadn't a clue what they were doing. So that's kind of different. But this is just the dark gear arc. That's all this is.
The only thing is, they don't have a thing that's doing it. It's
it's either just the Digimon is an asshole, or they're misunderstood, or they have, like, Mummymon just going, "Oh, I thought this was how medicine worked." No, go there and learn how medicine works.
Yeah, or
Pumpkinmon stabbing people in the face and then going, "But I just wanted friends."
Yeah. That's how you make friends.
This is how you make friends. Stabby, stabby.
That's not how you do it.
No.
Well, I have friends now.
Yeah, exactly. The power of friendship, which is funny because Pumpkinmon, is very much related in fandom to Yamato because of the whole Myotismon thing and all of that. So that's fun. And then that little short where we see Gabumon and talking to, like, grown-up Pumpkinmon and Gatsumon. The shame that those got taken down and they were never released outside of Japan, because those shorts were fun. Seeing grown-up Pumpkinmon and Gatsumon. But yeah, the little rock dude. Yeah. So. There is. Looks like a big one. Yeah. I know the one. Yeah, I know the monster you mean.
Oh, there's little...
Is there? Oh, I think I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, Reiko then said, considering how Adventure 2020 ended, I'm perfectly happy with the new anime being different. Same. I mean, again, the more we talk about this episode, the more I'm coming around on it.
A little bit. Like, I still do wish they had converted him to.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
a
give you
baby.
that.
That's,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
you know, with things like. Still debating it.
Currently, we have nothing to build on, and it's going to affect things down the line. Digivolutions aren't going to be as impressive if you don't know what they can do as they are, but nothing needs to go as mental as 2020 did. That's the other extreme. Well, I mean, yeah, look, I
Like,
get.
we've gotten moves that,
Yeah, we've gotten attacks out of the other two.
but we haven't really seen
What they can do on their own, because Gamamon tends to solve the problem.
yes.
I would like to see Jellymon win a battle by herself, or
Yeah.
Angoramon. He did. Angoramon beat up Dracmon,
Yeah.
but do that again with a different Digimon.
Yeah, with some.
Yeah,
Or-
like Jellymon didn't beat Majiramon. Kyoshiro did.
Yeah.
You know, after Jellymon turned all his talismans into cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree there. I would like to see Jellymon and Angoramon win fights by themselves. Like, even next week, and Hero's in that episode, in that preview quite a bit, so I don't see this changing. But I don't want Battle Gamamon or Chaos Gamamon winning the fight. Let someone else do it, just for 1 or 2 weeks. Let someone else win outside of their evolution episodes. Or maybe that'll be the thing. Maybe they won't do this until they start evolving. Involved?
Indeed,
Incapacitate Hero? Yeah, incapacitate Hero for an episode and let Angoramon take charge,
Yeah,
or
not even
yeah.
specifically targeted.
Well, yeah, I don't mean
The others.
incapacitate as in he needs to be injured, but
Yeah.
you come up with a reason why he's not there. You know,
Why
like
he's not lead on.
yeah, like it doesn't have to be the finale of Cross Wars where the main villain basically tried to murder Taiki so that he couldn't join the other heroes. An interesting way of going about it. Oh, we need 6 heroes to do this thing, huh? We have how many timelines here? 1. Oh, we'll just murder the 6th one. It was an interesting way of going about it. 2020, sorry, Pedja then says, I think 2020 is a show with most death in the franchise. Boar was quite the thing. Yeah. Vor, decapitation, explosion, blowing him up from the inside, soul drain, just brutal. Y-dub, yeah, Clatter. I will wish you guys the best of luck with your view goals. Oh, thank you, Clatter, thank you. Circulate the tapes. Recommend us to your friends, I guess.
For me as well, it depends on how. But
I think for
I'm not
me,
even lazy because I'm supposed to wear these. So when it comes to later on in the evening, and I want to put something on, and then I look at the TV. No, I'll just.
yeah,
Because I don't have to read.
yeah,
And that's funny because I love subtitles.
yeah. No, I
I
get
don't
that.
see subtitles exactly. Like when fast I can.
Yeah.
So they're just there, like the person. But stuff later
Yeah.
on in the day because I'm too tired.
No, of course. And I mean, for me, it depends on what I watched it in first.
Yeah, like if I
Like,
watched,
I can't watch Evangelion in Japanese. I can't. I've tried, and I just go no. My
Yeah.
brain just goes no.
like
Shinzo, my favorite, definitely up there in my top 5 animes. I can only watch that in English. I tried watching the subtitle version. I used to be part of a community that, we basically circulated the tapes digitally, so to speak. And the music, the voices, all of it. I could see my show happening, but smooth jazz happening during the fight scenes as opposed to like Digimon and Power Rangers fight music. Just my brain just went nah, I'm okay. So I like, it depends on what I watched it in first. But Digimon, I think I was young enough that I absorbed the dub, and then it was only within.
Wouldn't have had accent.
No, so when I did watch it was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Myotismon murdered Pumpkinmon and Gotsumon. He didn't just send them to his dungeon.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But I do think...
Yeah, again, it does... Like, if it's something new, it just, again, how tired I am, or if I've looked it up and people are like, oh, please...
Yeah.
Shit, compared to the original. Like, Squid Game, people can go watch the dub, or...
I still haven't watched anything of Squid Game.
And there's 2 sets of subtitles, so you
Yeah.
have to be careful which one, or you lose a load of meanings to it.
God.
So.
The only Squid Game I'm familiar with right now is Splatoon. That's my Squid Game.
Just things like that, like it.
Yeah.
But like I used to watch the Japanese, but then when my nieces, when I started watching them English,
Yeah.
and now watching them with kids, you watch them several times a day.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, basically. So, and also my sister made a really weird comment about my niece. She's like, "Would you start speaking Japanese if you're watching it in Japanese?" No, because we all speak English.
Yes, this is how I'm. This is language class. This is what I'm doing with my niece while you're away.
I'm teaching her to speak Japanese instead of English.
Yeah.
Confuse everybody.
Yeah. I mean, having a second language wouldn't be a bad thing, but you know.
She didn't have her first language yet.
No.
But no, like, just kind of one of those brain fart moments.
Yeah.
It wasn't a serious question.
But even those new Netflix anime, like Beastars, BNA, Agretzko, I don't think I could watch those with the Japanese audio now. I'm so used to like the English. And another thing to consider is anime dubbing now is not what it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right, anime dubbing now is done more respectfully. It's done more in line with what the original vision was. Because the people who are dubbing it now are the people like us who grew up on stupid 4Kids dubs or One Piece dubs, you know. Gotta go. Dreamin', don't give 'em up, Luffy, dreamin'. You know, all of that's gone. And it's people like us who grew up and went, no, that's dumb.
Yeah, and the same, even the people who are rewriting the shows, they're watching as they're writing and trying to match. They're like trying to translate what has been said.
Yeah.
And then match up the English version of that to
mouth
the
flaps.
mouth.
You know,
make
and
it
keep
look like it makes sense.
Yeah, and keep the tone of the sentence consistent, or you know, if you have to break a sentence down into less words, it should never come back. Welcome back, Reiko. You should always come back. Yeah, I mean, so it's just, you know, but so anime dubbing now isn't what it was in the 90s. I think if a show like, oh no, because of how toyetic it is, I was gonna say something like Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh tried, and if I ever give 4Kids credit for anything, it'll be that they tried. They did 2 dubs of Yu-Gi-Oh season 1. They did a dub that everybody knows from TV, and where all the memes come from and all of that, before Little Kuribo was ever a thing. And then they did a straight to DVD dub, and maybe that's what killed it. But they did, I think it's only like, I think they only got about 20 episodes in, and just it wasn't selling. There wasn't a market there, despite what the internet might tell you. There wasn't a market there for a Yu-Gi-Oh dub with the original Japanese script and music. It wasn't there.
It would have been there probably.
They'll probably be there now. Because people have 20 years of nostalgia to build on.
Yeah, but even like
2002. think it started in Japan in 98, 99. No, 96 was the original manga in Japan. And then there was the Season 0 anime, which was based off the first chapter of the manga. And then after that ran, then the modern anime was 2000, and then we got it in 2001, 2002.
But
You know, so
I feel like maybe had it come out 5 years,
yeah,
maybe they're
because I think like
not alongside what was going on I had for every week.
maybe.
And parents
Yeah,
weren't
and I
going to
think-
go, what's the like parents weren't difference read.
No, but I think but 5 years later they were doing GX.
Yeah.
And 3 years after that, because of season 4, they were doing 5Ds. And 3 years after that, because they never finished 5Ds, they were doing Zale. And you know, so they've, you know, so the casual market, you know, has continued, but the nostalgic market hasn't. Like, they'll put out reprints of Dark Magician for the billionth time with new artwork. I think the newest artwork is the artwork from the Season 0 manga, or the original manga, where he looks like a giant blob with a hand out. Not even joking, he just looks like a blob. Like, they'll put out all these nostalgia cards, but they're not putting out any nostalgia product outside that. I think there's a dual disc coming, which is just the mold of the old one, but there's nothing in relation to the show itself. It's all props and merch. So there's no physical remastered DVD with, you know, redone voice acting and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
Now's the time to do that because
all
original
the
fans are adults, so have the money to buy it.
Exactly the point I was going to make, because your audience from 20 years ago now has money to buy your crap.
Yeah. I was working with a guy a few years ago, and he was talking actually about a Dark Magician card he had in when he got into you.
Yeah.
And he lost it years ago. I'd love to get it back, and I buy it. You're an adult with a job. Buy your own Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
You have income.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
And his eyes just went, what? It's like, yes, of course you could. Never once occurred to him that I could buy this stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the one he had, obviously.
No, but you'd have something to tie you back to that nostalgia.
Or he could, you know, pay more.
Maybe you could go back into the hobby.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's always something.
It's never occurred to me. No.
Yeah. So let's see. Ty's dub voice is iconic. Depending on the anime, I can go either dub or sub. Clatter, yeah. Hedja, only 10 days until Spider-Man No Way Home. Yep, we have our tickets bought. We're going to see it on release day. When I finish work. They were the cinema we're going to. They weren't doing a midnight showing, so we decided to go to the showing after I'm done with work. So that will be super fun, and I will be off the internet all day because I do not want spoilers, because I do not trust the internet. I'm already seeing interviews with Willem Dafoe and the other villains, and they're showing clips. I'm just like, please, no, just stop, wait till the movie's out and then do all this. Look, I get you want to build it up and it's hype.
The interviews and not put the clips in them.
Yeah, or you know, do the interviews and then put out extended editions.
Yeah.
You know, a week after when most people will have seen it. But I'm doing what I can to not spoil myself on this movie. So yeah, definitely hype.
I haven't watched the only trailer I have seen. Trailer that shows words.
Yeah.
The only trailer I've seen.
This is the one where he's just going, dude. Or
I don't even remember.
oh, okay.
Because it was an unskippable ad on YouTube. And I
Oh,
was just
ew.
like,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Pedgia, and that's the reason why 2020 was more popular. Fight, cool evolution, nostalgia. We'll talk. Adventure 20. let's not ourselves. Reiko then says Digimon will never be able to please everyone, and it shouldn't try to. I would agree on that. You're not going to please your casual market is going to come and go, but appealing too much to your nostalgic fan base is also hurtful. Yami then says, why do you keep using the cast size as an excuse? Savers was only 3 mains and kept the balance. Did it though? Greymon won everything. Like Sunflowmon was useless. Let's be fair. In the episode we first see Sunflowmon in, she loses and GeoGreymon wins that fight. Savers has the same issues. But again, because it's only 3 characters, you're not getting an evolution arc out of it, which was the point I was making. I think people are expecting like an evolution arc, similar to Adventure. But
you've got however many episodes, like 1 per kid makes an arc.
Exactly.
Whereas 3 is.
You've got to pad the runtime a bit because you've got a smaller cast. But like. GeoGreymon versus Black Garurumon. That was episode 6. The episode with Flymon where Sunflowmon loses. That's episode 2. Because 3 was the one where they go to the digital world, right? And then they end up losing. They follow Dremojimon in, and he ends up evolving to Digimon, and they get in each other's way, and then it's episode 4 that gets resolved in. No, I'm good, thank you. GeoGreymon was a lot more prominent in that arc. So I don't think the cast size is an excuse, but you sort of have to look at what's being presented and what limitations they might be under within what they have to work with themselves as writers and animators. I think it would be.
I think they've already limited them. Like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely think I don't.
Could have stretched that out further.
Yeah. Like I really do like my idea where. I'm not planning to do a how Adam would rewrite Digimon Ghost Game video. Still working on the adventure stuff. Has the creative juices are starting to come in on that, so I will be starting that soon. That video for redoing 2020. But my idea would have been, because Gulus Gamamon looks like a corrupted Betel Gamamon, that's what you do. And he loses that power for a while, and Chaos and Wizen are just there to, sort of to fill in the gaps. Because Betel should be the main one that goes to Kano Weissmon, that goes to whatever the Mega is going to be. But Chaos Gamamon and Wizen Gamamon shouldn't evolve. They shouldn't get ultimates. And they should have been just stopgaps, because whatever goes down with Gulus Gamamon, he loses the ability to achieve Betel for a while. And then you just fix it with, well, what else does this franchise do? The power of friendship. You just fix it with that down the road.
Yeah. Kind of tight.
Yeah.
Or different. Or whatever.
Yeah. So you have these alternate evolutions that would kind of work like armor evolution, I suppose, because they don't go anywhere. They're just that set form. And like the blue one already looks like a Vmon as it is, so it might as well be a Vmon armor. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off the mark on that. Quite possible. Or in the case of Jellymon, with the power of love and money. Well, is that more in Kyoshiro's case, the power of God and anime on his side? No, God did try to kill him.
True.
God did try to kill him. Let's see.
Heroes. Aichi?
If heroes in every, it's the. Yeah, it's
like he's winning every epic.
Yeah, which he is. They're just not defeating anything. They're making friends. So but that comes back to what we were saying before. Betel Gamamon shouldn't be the one finishing every fight. And Goramon and Jellymon have to be given time to shine. Otherwise, why should the audience care outside of Jellymon as a huge troll? We want to be able to see how good she is in combat, how maybe she's not. Maybe she sucks.
It could suck, but we won't know until they do
something. You know, and I don't want her to suck because I don't want it to turn into a Fairymon situation again. Losing in her own evolution episode. Still annoyed at that. F you, Frontier.
Claire said, how would you? 2 hours in and
we haven't even done the comments from last week. And that's what happens when we're having just conversation and being a lot more informal with things. Because I think a lot of us have the same qualms with this episode, and I think at the same time we're all sort of looking at, okay, how do we fix this?
Yeah.
And it does come back to something Reiko says, is it something that needs to be fixed? Or is this just a different type of storytelling? And I hate to say it because I made fun of the statement earlier. Like an NXT call up to the main roster, just let it play out and see if it works. At the moment we don't, right? Because, well, I mean, I'm not going to tap out. I'm gonna do this for the long haul. If I can put up with it, if I can put up with 2020, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying this more. But you know, the power of hindsight will be a fun thing in another 4 or 5 weeks, I would say. I don't want this
episode 20. Then we'll kind of have.
See, that's the thing. I don't want this to get to episode 20 and we're still doing this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's where I start to go.
Really tell if we continue with it or.
Yeah.
And because turn into what some of the 20 podcasts turned into, and that's just frustration.
Yeah.
And anger for 20 minutes.
No. And that's why doing these more long form live podcasts have been great, because there's a lot more discussion to be had rather than me cramming a synopsis of my thoughts into 40 minutes to an hour and then putting it out and then maybe having a day or two to cool off and go, well, maybe.
Yeah.
But having you here as a second set of eyes and a second opinion, and then of course having the chat and being able to talk about it and see how people feel about it, you know, it's a good perspective setter, you know. So
well, I saw it. Oh, well, maybe.
Yeah.
That
exactly. And you don't, you know, it's
having different interpretations.
Yeah, and I like that round table aspect of the way we do things now. So people complain so much about the card captors dub. Yami says people complain so much about the card captors dub, and it's actually quite good, but it suffers as a product of its time, and people overlook that little fact. Well, the thing about the card captors dub is, yes, it's a product of its time and should be treated as such. But the problem with the card captors dub is Sakura wasn't the main character. Lee Shaoran was, because they went, oh, we need to make this appeal to boys. And it's not. It's a shoujo anime with very lesbian overtones. Very lesbian overtones. And they went, no, we should make this appeal to boys. So everything got rewritten to make Lee Shaoran the main character. And that sucked. Yeah, like, I appreciate the cardcaptor anime for what it was, but that just wouldn't fly today. With the new version of the show, and with how popular sort of these revivals have been, with Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball and all of that, I don't think if they were to serialize or syndicate the new cardcaptor show, I don't know if it's still going or if it only ran for a season or what, but they did reboot that as well. I don't know if they would get away with doing the same thing. You know, it's the problem I had with Netflix Saint Seiya. They made the boy who dressed in pink but didn't like to fight and was actually quite a good role model for young guys. Well, that character wears pink, so we're gonna make him the girl. Because the armor also has chest plates because it's based on the Andromeda constellation.
Yeah.
So we're gonna turn Shun into a girl called Sean. And no, and I tuned out then, and then I had no interest after that. But I was like, no, shun, because the internet is all rife about. This is not the conversation I thought we'd be having, but the internet is very rife about the idea of toxic masculinity and, you know, how there's no, how emotions are seen as a bad thing, and you know, all of that stuff, right? And it's a very good conversation to have, and I'm not trying to say that it's not. But you don't get to take a character who does all the things you want to do and then gender bend them because of the color of their armor.
Yeah.
That's a load of bullshit. The one, if I was to have changed any character to a girl, if you had to have the chick, right? And that's the unfortunate part of this, is because the Saint Seiya anime and manga were centered around 5 dudes. Turning one of them into a girl isn't equality; it's tokenism.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it.
It's like the female turtle.
Yes, the female turtle. That's what you're turning her into. But if you had to do it to any of them, I'd have done it to Hyuga, the one based on the swan, because it does, or maybe even Phoenix. Phoenix kind of works because it doesn't really change anything about Phoenix's backstory. Because Phoenix's whole backstory is he went to an island, he fell in love with a girl, and that girl's father killed her to prove a point to him, and that set him off, and he went berserk.
Right.
If you turn Phoenix into a girl, that story still works.
Yeah.
Yoga, his backstory, he's a mama's boy. His mama is dead, buried in a ship that sunk under the ocean, and he uses his powers to go down and leave her flowers or whatever. His gender or sexuality or anything doesn't come into any of that.
Yeah.
So you could turn Hyuga into the girl if you have to have one, and that works. But Shun was the one I took issue with because it was just such blatant, oh, you're pink, you're the girl.
Yeah.
And fuck that noise. Just fuck that noise in general. I'm not here for that.
Bye, Petja. I am.
The perfect forms for Angoramon and Jellymon are revealed. Yeah, we have the sprites here loaded up in OBS. We were going to talk about them in a bit, so we still have quite a bit to get through.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to hurry the fuck up. So I think we'll get through these. The rest of the chat here. We'll do the ranking. Quickly go through the comments from last week, and then maybe touch on the Jellymon and Angoramon perfects for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Or in the case of Jellymon, Love and Money, Thomas Hayden and Reese fans, out am I. How do you rate this episode? We'll definitely get to that. It's normal, trying to fix what you think could be fixed. That's why certain guys remaking Try his way, and power to him. I think Try is a much tougher thing to fix than 2020, because Try started off well and then kind of fell off a cliff, and it's rebalancing Try is the problem. I personally have tried to fix TCGs that I liked a lot and have had serious problems in their card design. I've reworked thousands of cards to balance them. Mm-hmm. That's one incredibly bad dub. Which one? Card Captors? Oh. Is that because we're just so used to the same 6 voice actors and everything now? Like, everything is now... Yeah. Like, I'm not saying they're bad actors, God no, but everything now is Johnny Young Bosch, Christina V. That's video games, but yeah Matt Mercer, Troy Baker, Matt Mercer. Everyone is like, it's the same like 6 voices and everything, and what's his name? Sabat that plays Vegeta. He's in, you hear the same 6 voices and everything. You go, here we go. Oh, all right, Yami. Well,
bye.
Look after yourself. Have a good night, and we'll catch up later, or tune into the ending of this when you get a chance, and leave a comment for next week. There we go. Good thing. See, it's good to have a co-host. But no, seriously, have yourself a good night, and we'll catch up again soon.
That 3D. Literally.
Yeah.
If they had to turn one character into
Yo.
a story and character, exactly the
Yeah. Nothing about
cut up.
nothing about Hyoga or Phoenix changes if you gender bend them. Because Phoenix is very Phoenix maybe, because he is very man in the toxic sense, while he's a raging psychopath, and then kind of mellows out, and then just becomes
he's the one
the girlfriend. Yeah.
So
But
he all angry.
Well, it's more so because the father killed daughter to prove a point. But he does mellow out. He does mellow.
Well as that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not even going to finish where I was going. Thanks for talking over me.
But no, that makes sense.
Okay. So
You're gonna say
it doesn't matter now.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter now. Let's move on. 1 a.m. I need to go. His story, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so we are all caught up.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Yep. The void. Okay. So twisted time or warped time. We'll go with the translated version. Why not? Warped time. God, I don't know. No, do you know what I do? I'm gonna say BOKOMON. Because BOKOMON gave us exposition and reasons for things. And I can't just say Jellymon every week. Although I haven't said Jellymon every week, which is good, but
It's really fun. How about Jellymon?
there we go, that's fine.
Yeah, no, her teasing.
We're just in the library, we're
Yeah.
talking about the books and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we did have a good shout going. Are you the ghost, Jellymon?
Yeah.
Are you just talking yourself up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we'd have ranked this as soon as we finished watching the episode, I'd have probably given it a 3. But the more we've talked about it and the longer I've had to sort of mull on it, I'm gonna give it a 4. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's with the benefit of hindsight and nuance, it's actually a stronger episode than it appears on the surface, I think.
Lost the point.
Yeah, I definitely think it's lost the point because he walked away. So, if we're marking it as a 4, it just fits in under scribbles for both of us. Under scribbles for both of us.
Hands a few.
Oh,
Better.
okay. Do I? Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at yours. You gave Scribbles a 4.5. Do I think it's a better episode than Scribbles? No. Actually, so it does fit in under Scribbles for me as well.
Yeah.
I think Scribbles is a better episode. So yeah. But what I was going to say was before, like Phoenix does just eventually mellow out and just becomes an overprotective big brother to Sean, because that's their relationship. He's Sean's big brother, and like if you hurt Sean, Phoenix will snap your neck. Like he's like, although the 3D movie they did recently, he has this great line like Sean's like the weakest of the 5 until he gets pissed off, and then he's the strongest basically.
Yeah.
But he's getting there's that as well, which I didn't like. But
Yeah.
there's a line in the 3D movie Legend of Sanctuary, and Sean is getting his ass handed to him by one of the Gold Saints, and Phoenix literally walks into shot to save the day, as he does, because that's part of Phoenix's gimmick. Save the day when Sean is in over his head. And he looks at Sean and goes, "You're so weak. If you weren't my brother, I'd kill you myself." And then proceeds to go and whoop ass. And I'm just like, there's the Phoenix I know and love. But yeah, no, that's I was just going to say, like he does mellow out. Because he's just this angsty, manly. But
now that I'm thinking about it, sorry, not one.
Nope, I'll give you the floor.
No.
I'll give you the floor.
No,
I'll give you the floor.
Not talking to.
I don't remember what I was going to say now. Thanks.
No, sorry. I was gonna say, had they made Earl Phoenix, they would have all the characters.
Oh yeah.
Angry. Oh, he got his period this week, or just
or you'd have enemies being like, "Oh, your girl thinks she's gonna beat me."
Yeah, but like that's okay because they're the toxic there, and then the girls passing it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I don't know. But I don't know. I can't read.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thinking about it. Backstory. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix or Hyoga. The only reason it doesn't work for Dragon is because Dragon is positioned as the rival to Pegasus. Like they have this whole like friendly rivalry going on. But like Dragon does eventually like have kids. And like thing, but it does kind of change if also Dragon likes to get naked when he fights. So that changes a bit of you know.
You're gonna get a whole new fan base.
Yeah, basically the Dragon's gimmick is the less armor he's wearing, the stronger he gets. That's basically his gimmick. Naked Shiru is the less armor he's wearing, the stronger he gets. So basically, you just when he strips the armor off, you go, okay, this fight's over. Okay, so right, so we've done the ranking. So we'll jump quickly into comments from last week, and then we'll just look at the sprites for the new perfect levels, and then we'll wrap up. So
yeah.
Let me click into last week's. Yami left a quick comment on the pack opening because I used my new face for that. Model positioning needs some work. Totally appreciate that. It worked better within the context of a pack opening that I had to dub over. But again, that's all a work in progress. And then says, can't laugh. You only pulled one out of a whole box, talking about the Cody or Iori card. But I'll wait. The moment will come when you somehow manage to get 2 Codys in one pack. Why do you hate me? Grand. And then I got a comment on an Applemon review saying, please make the full episode without the review. So I'm just like, yeah, the full episodes are on Crunchyroll. Do enjoy and please support the official release. We're not pirating
the show for you.
Yeah.
Nice comment.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in a while, so I'm gonna give that a heart. A comment on episode 2 of the Dawn uploads. Have you seen DigiKnow's video on Appmon? I haven't. I fell out of watching other Digimon podcasters and videos on the tail end of 2020 because I was already angry enough at the show. I didn't want to be in a feedback loop because I think it felt like there was a lot of negativity to go around, and it was just a feedback loop I didn't want to be in. So I pulled out of watching or listening to a lot of podcasts. I think I've said that before as well. Okay, so we had some other comments in regards to Yadagaramon noping out. I'm not sure if we read last week. So I'll pull that up again. And yeah, that's fair. Okay, Cool. So I'll start with the... Okay. So the last comment we read last week about the Yatagaramon episode was Justin's comment. So we have a new comment from Kirina25 saying, I was talking to a friend about the Yatagaramon thing after watching it, and she pointed out something that I think fits but maybe wasn't conveyed properly. Yatagaramon's duty is to lead birds to the Golden City. It's a protector. While Chaos Gamamon isn't strong enough to defeat him, the fight showed Yatagaramon that the birds here were being taken care of well and didn't need to be freed. Or perhaps Chaos Gamamon's determination conveyed to Yatagaramon that the birds here did not wish to follow him. We did get that line from Angoramon about how the birds were free to choose whether or not to follow Yatagaramon. Unfortunately, this gets hampered by the fact that Yatagaramon never actually speaks in the episode for some reason. Now that's a very interesting way of looking at that, and I hadn't considered it at the time. Which is kind of funny because we did read Yatagaramon's profile the week before, in the lead up to that, or during the spoiler commentary. One of those we did pull the profile up. So I'd kind of forgotten about the leading birds to the Golden City thing, and that makes a lot of sense. I'm still not sure I like the idea of him giving non-digital crows his powers. But if the episode had done something else to maybe get that point across, had he said it,
then it might for points instead of him just going,
yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, like it would have been just as bad an ending, I think, for him to go, oh, your kick to my face showed me that these birds are well protected. I'll leave you alone. Okay, thanks, bye. It would have been something. Yeah. I can see that these birds are, it could be kind of Doctor Who-y. This planet is defended.
Had he maybe said the line?
Yeah, or if he'd said the line instead of Angoramon. Speaking of, Angoramon didn't get any whimsy bullshit to say at the end of this episode, did he? Huh, weird. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he got any whimsy nonsense to say. Don't think. No, it was more. It was more BOKOMON and Clockmon talking about how his invisibility training is going to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong, because if he did say his whimsy nonsense, I certainly didn't. It certainly didn't come. It wasn't noticed because we were mid conversation. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look then at the comments from last week. Iker, sorry I missed it. Oh, that's cool, buddy. Don't worry. Gabriel Marito Pajaitan. I always worry I messed that up. It reminds me of F1 race stars. Assuming that's a video. But or F1 like Formula 1 race stars. I'm presuming that's a video game. But yeah, like this was basically the Mario Kart episode of the show, and it was still great. Justin's Game then says, I like this episode. The only Digimon that fought was CL and Metal Phantomon. I really thought it was funny how Ghost Game pulled the old bit with Jellymon where a car passes by, and as soon as it does, the person standing behind it gone without a trace. And is it just me, or is Metal Phantomon have a different design? Yeah, we did comment on that. Like, he does look like he's drawn I don't want to say softer, but he definitely has a different aesthetic to fit in with Ghost Game's art style.
Yeah, you were saying that the other old style of the show.
Yeah, it's more in line with, say, compared to, let's say, like Bleach.
Yeah.
So Metal Phantomon and that sort of art style. Yeah. So yeah, no, he definitely was redesigned for this, for the aesthetic of the show. A part of me thought we were going to get Wise Gamamon here, but since he's on 4 legs, yeah, I did as well. That was why I thought, well, he's 4-legged, yeah, he could run. but I'm glad they didn't. I think it's a bit too soon, and thank Yggdrasil, we didn't get Machmon here either. Fair. I thought it would have been nice to see a Commandamon running around in this episode. I'd have been upset if Commandamon didn't win the race, so or if Commandamon got fed to Metal Phantomon.
Yeah,
I'd have been crying in a corner. My poor boy. But overall, this was a nice episode. It has comedy in it, so I give it 3.5. Now to see how they handle Clockmon's return, and will we see the long-awaited kaboom, Imananji? Yeah, well, we got something of a kaboom. Not the one I think any of us were expecting, but well, it's we've talked on that enough, so we'll see where we go from here. Pedja says, for me, this episode was fantastic. I love how they made Sistermon into a psycho. Crazy indeed. Now, this was a digi race. Sure. The animation was great. The fight between Sistermon Ciel and Metal Phantomon was great too, and good animation. Also, the portal scene with Blacktailmon Uber is very important. It seems Blacktailmon will play a big role in the future. It might also be Hero's dad's partner. Yeah, we did talk about that. Even while you were in the chat with us for the watch along, we talked about that. And also, I think this episode changed tone a bit. We see that the drivers die in the explosion, and Digimon dying in this episode. Yeah, to be fair, I keep talking about how it needs to hit hard, but Metal Phantomon just outright murdered things last week, and they went,
yeah.
Oh.
But that's why we kind of thought...
They can be murdered.
You know what I mean?
I know. So much blood loss. They can be murdered. Shia LaBeouf with Hero's head just going, just do it. Oh, we need to make that. No, we don't.
More like my head. Please don't.
Please don't.
I hope they don't. Or now let's see what will happen. I hope they don't
Talk him down because he should be evil like he was. Prediction: Gulus Gamamon will defeat Clockmon. You were kind of right.
Almost right, yeah.
Yeah.
He was defeating him until Hero went off.
Yeah, it's very Tamers. Because I've told you about what happens when Gilmon Dark evolves in Tamers. So basically, like Beelzemon kills Leomon, Mikado goes nuts, and that forces Megalo Growlmon to evolve, and it's a real thing. Digivolve and you know, and as soon as it happens, and this monster is standing in front, like this, it's drooling and it's growly and it's everything. Mikado immediately goes, "Oh no, what have I done?" So, kind of like that, I guess. No.
Snapped out of it.
Yeah, he just saw what happened to Clockmon. I don't think he even twigged. But no, he did twig what happened, because he did ask what was that black shadow at the end.
Yeah, but
in the moment, he didn't equate that he may have.
He may have did that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Rika said he did. That is whimsical.
Did he? Okay. We'll have to go back and watch the end of it again. He did indeed say his poetical nonsense. Good. We must have just been distracted, which is fine. Alright, so Clatter said, despite the fact that everyone must have already seen episode 9 of Ghost Game already, this was before we watched it. I just want to give you guys a spoiler heads up for down below. Okay, fair enough. I'm not trying to sound like I'm agitated with this episode. On the contrary, I quite like the first half of it. But the remaining second half can leave one to wonder what exactly does it take for a person to completely put their foot down and go, it must be done. They are too dangerous now, so be it. When they get put into a dangerous situation that endangers their life or others. When Clockmon first appeared in episode 1, he completely appeared to me as a sociopathic, cruel, and malicious monster that went around the school, city, stealing everyone's life force without the slightest bit of regret. True. But because Hero decided to be an empath... because Hero decided to be an empathic hero, Clockmon empathetic hero, Clockmon is now a redeemed character, and that is nice. That is nice now, and won't be stealing anyone's time anymore. What happened to all the fanon theories where Clockmon might be gathering all the time so he can go back to being powerful at around 1900 to 1999, where something in the digital world is targeting all the Clockmons in the world, and the current Clockmon we have now is gathering as much power as possible to defend himself. That's what happens when fanon builds itself up for something that it's not unfeasible. And we've had a Clockmon be crucial to the plot before, in Cross Wars Part 3. It was a different design Clockmon. It doesn't have the murderous body at the top. It just has a wind-up gear rather than the murderous dude. So having something that maybe targets different Clockmon, whether it's across the multiverse or not, is an interesting idea. But I think this is what can happen with fanon. When you build up your own expectations, and then the show doesn't do what you wanted it to do. And that's a lot of where our frustration at the end of this episode came from. Thinking, because as the comment said, sometimes you got to put the foot down and say, right, this is it, he has to go.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the death penalty
and
stuff, because that's the reason it's there, because they're so dangerous. They have to go. It has to be done.
Yeah, and a lot of Digimon in a lot of the series, it is a walking death penalty. You interfere with the Digidestined, you get destroyed. Or the chosen children, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, like again, like at what stage do you say that's it? But I hadn't seen that theory about all the Clockmon, so that wouldn't have been a thought that occurred to me just based on what was presented. But I
do agree with the start of it. He was stealing time for himself and crap about it.
No, and then just like the Sirenmon episode, because they were nice to him. Oh, I'm not going to do that anymore. He even lost that creepiness in his face and his body. He was completely redrawn to show that he's good now.
Yeah.
So he didn't keep any of that sort of creepy undertone, uncanny valley to him.
He used to look malicious, look really scary.
Yeah.
And then there he was kind of just no personality, anything.
Yeah. Look, after all the adventure milking and less than stellar handling of other series, Cross Wars, I just want the Digimon franchise to make a strong comeback. The best way to do that is for the executives, writers to stop messing around, give the franchise their absolute all.
Watch out.
I say that to everybody. I'm not just saying that in response to that last comment, but I don't know. We're only 9 episodes in. I think it's still too early to make a judgment call. If we're still doing this in 10 weeks time, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can be redeemed at that point, but I hope with the subtle nods that we're getting, even last week with the portal and Blacktailmon over, and with BOKOMON's exposition at the different levels of invisibility and how Digimon can and can't and what the rules are. The show telling us what the rules are is a big bonus to me, that I feel like the writers do have a plan. This isn't just because reasons or somehow it works, but they actually said this is why. I didn't know the synopsis for the next batch of episodes was out. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
It's 12:30 now, so 2.5 hours. So let me have a look. Any comments I missed there? Ataro saying the biggest missed opportunity this ep was not having CL whack people in the face with sausage links. Fair enough. Yeah, the joke being there, the actress who did the voice for Sistermon CL did Lalamon and Digimon Savers. So. Oh. Oh well. Awesome. I guess that's about the fanon building itself up. But I totally agree with the first half of that. Clockmon should have been put down. And I still don't agree with purifying him because they didn't do that either.
No.
They just undid the damage that Gulus Gamamon did, and he went, oh, I guess I won't hurt people anymore. Yeah. Similar to Sirenmon. And I still don't like that. But if that has a bigger payoff down the road, I'm not going to be as miffed at it.
I will have to.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's something we'll have to come back to. Let's see. If they... I think that's everything. Kurina. Oh, Kurina had a few comments. Okay. Let's have a look. About the cards. For Booster 6, which had Blanc and Noir in Japanese. For the English, we got Blanc and CL. Yeah. And they released an official errata stating that for all effects, to treat CL as if her name was Noir, and to treat her as both Data and Virus. Yeah, I didn't mention that last week, that kind of slipped my mind. Basically, in international tournaments, CL and Noir are the same card. So they are... It's Schrodinger's Sistermon. It's either CL or Noir, and it's both Data and Vaccine, so that the effects don't... They don't... Yeah, Data and Virus. So that the effects don't stop combinations with other cards in that format. But in your own territory, the card is the card. So if an American player is facing a Japanese player, you've Schrodinger's Sistermon. If an American is playing an American in America, it's CL. So that was how they sort of got around it for international play. But my point to that was, if all three are in a pack, what happens? Because the ruling falls apart. It just looks like CL gets 2 cards then. Now they could recolor her and call her Sistermon CL Cyber Sleuth version or something like, because they released High Kamiya V Tamer. You know, they can work around it. But that was the point. So that's the thing. Not sure what they're going to do about... Okay, so this was the point. Okay, so Kurina even follows through on the point I was getting to. Not sure what they're going to do about Booster 10 if all 3 are present, though. Maybe treat Noir as if she's actually a CL subspecies. And that was what I meant. Yeah, they might just recolor her as the Cyber Sleuth version, where she just has the guns instead of a sword again. Just call her CL, and then just put in brackets Cyber Sleuth, or Hacker's Memory, or whatever. Also, in fairness, the card prices are also just because the Sistermons are hugely popular. Yep. CL's alt art card is selling for $37 right now, and Blanc isn't much cheaper. Yeah. And that sucks, because I would like to have even just a collection of the 3 alternate arts, because those are really good alternate arts. The Gamamon alternate art from BT8 as well is something I want to hunt down, because Angoramon and Jellymon are featured on it. And then the Ghost Game pack is something I want to get, because... Well, where is it gone? Nope, not that image. Why do I still have that in here? We haven't talked about that in weeks. All right, let's get rid of you. Nope. I can get rid of that one too. That doesn't in there anymore. Where did I put it? Is it that one? Yeah, that's the one. The chat. It's under the chat, but. We do want to get the try and get the Ghost Game packs. Oh yeah, I can just move it up one. We do still want to get the Ghost Game packs, because there's Angoramon, Jellymon, Kyoshiro, and Ruri arts. If you want to help us with that, down below. That is my weekly plug. I will say nothing else. If you want to help us get more Ghost Game merch, by all means, thingies down below, tip jar, etc., etc. Okay, that's my weekly plug. I gotta do it because YouTube says I have to engage you to click things, and that's what they'll recommend to other like and subscribe, blah blah blah. Anyway, so moving back into the chat very quick before we have a look at the synopses for future eps. God, let's try and be finished by 1.
Yeah.
Right? If we're not done
20 minutes.
Yeah, let's try and be done by 1 o'clock. So let's see. Yeah, left. Bit late. Okay, you guys have a point. Reiko, if I think about it, if Ghost Game was done masterfully with everybody loving it and being greatly popular, wouldn't that spell disaster? Savers was good and had success, and that's what made Toei go and say, let's ruin it since it's working. Let's make it introduce adventure or cancel it if the writer refuses. Okay, and I presume by that you're talking about the real world, because it does that thing Adventure does, where the digital world and the real world are like this again.
Yeah.
I presume it's talking about that, but that show always did feel like it was cancelled early. 48 episodes just always seemed a bit short. So maybe there's something there. And then Clatter says, hopefully they make use of Clockmon in the future. Yeah, if you're going to redeem him, bring him back and show us how he's getting on, I guess. Like he's just faking them out? Like Drachmon did?
And like he goes and
or he just gets corrupted?
Yeah. I just won't attack them out.
Okay, well, let me take a look with the will, because if the new episode synopses are out, they'll have. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
January 2nd break. Oh, so we're getting a break for the new year. Okay, so let me get the spoiler alert. We are entering the spoiler room brawl. Yeah, spoiler image. Oh.
No.
Oh, there it is. Spoiler tag. Yeah.
Here.
Okay. So let me just that there. I don't know. Yeah, Savers was cancelled. Oh. Toei, after seeing that people indeed liked and watched Savers, wanted to force the people making Savers to introduce nostalgic elements of adventure into the story. Ew! Oh, that wouldn't have worked. Oh, thank God. The writers, of course, refused since it would completely ruin the story, so Toei decided to cancel Savers. Oh, I swear to God, if Taichi shows up in Ghost Game, I'm gonna seriously pissed off.
Deadly.
Less pissed. It was extremely petty. Yeah, a little bit.
Petty, yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Okay. So we are in the spoiler room brawl. So if you don't want to know about what's coming in the next couple of weeks, you are free to bow out, and we will see you next week. If you want to hang out and talk about what's coming up with us, by all means, hang around. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Last chance to nope out. 0. Let's do it. Spoiler time. So, episode 10, Game of Death. Love it. A rumor spreads that if you win consecutively in a fighting game called Fighter's Kingdom, then a mysterious, beautiful character will appear and drag away the losing player. Upon hearing that, Kiyoshiro Higashimatari, who happens to be hooked on that game, swears to never play such a frightful game like that ever again. But one of the Hazakura Academy's dorm students, Kotaro, plays Fighter's Kingdom and gets taken away just as the rumor stated. The culprits are Kakumon and Kakumon, two sibling Digimon, older sister, younger brother. They have been taking losing players as spoils of war and changing them into sake. Kyoshiro challenges Kakumon and Kakumon in the game in order to save Kotaro. It's time to duel. Oh man, turning them into sake. Right, so okay. So people are dead.
Yeah.
Right? People are dead.
They've gotta be dead.
They've got to be dead. They're sake. They've been drank. Or drunk. Whatever way you want to say that one.
Yeah.
Please don't let this end with the power of friendship. Not this one. This one sounds too good to be ending with. Oh, I guess we won't turn people into sake anymore.
Kill. And then dead, right? You know, he just
He'll
murdered
think
them.
they just killed their avatars or like their game avatars, and no, that they were actual.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
that could be fun. That would frighten the that would ruin Kyoshiro for life.
Big ass Nick.
Yeah. It's a conspiracy theory on my part, but I like to think. Oh, this one it goes. They're personally making coverage. Yeah. Beef. Hopefully most Digifans know how to insert foot into mouth technique if this is turning into a mess. Anyway, I hate that. With Savers being my favorite, like I hate that. Okay, so episode 11, Kamai Tachi. Tachi means group, so what is Kamai? Anyway, a Kamai Tachi attacks the wintry city. The sharp, strong winds cause blackouts and cracks in the asphalt and bring much harm to people's lives. So it's a snowstorm. Okay. While this is going on, Ruri falls into an awkward situation with her partner Angoramon, wanders the town by herself. They're doing the partners fight and break up thing. That might mean we're getting an evolution in 2 weeks. They're doing the partners fight and break up thing. That's what I'm getting from that. At night, at the Bamboo Garden Park, Ruri meets the cause of the Kamai Tachi, Repamon. Ruri stays on her guard. Something's not right. Repamon will attack Ruri persistently, then back off and let her escape. Their actions are inconsistent and leave Ruri confused when Repamon's blade finally swings down upon her. Angoramon swoops in to save the day, blocks the blade. I love you really, evolution. Thank fuck. Oh, we're getting an evolution. You think we might get I'm not gonna
Jump ahead.
No, jump ahead. Let's read episode 12 and we'll go from there. Okay, episode 12, Letter of Misfortune. So Repamon coming. Yeah. Kyoshiro receives a strange email from a professor he knows, which reads like a letter of misfortune. It'll be a chainmail. Send this on to 10 people or suffer the consequences. And he deletes it. At that moment, a swarm of Zasomon. Oh, you're a Vegemon recolor. Oh, okay. Vegemon recolor. Cross Wars. I don't know. Pikmon. Looking at the Pikmon, I'd have said Cross Wars, but maybe. Oh no, it is. It's the episode where we're trying to push Eldradimon up the cliff.
Yeah, because I just remember it kept cutting to that scene. Same animation every time.
Yeah, it's the episode where they're trying to push Eldradimon up the cliff. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look. So at that moment, a swarm of Zasomon suddenly appear from within his video game. I'm a Kyoshiro. At the same time that this is happening, Ruri and the others are at a goldfish cafe and they receive the same email from Kyoshiro. The moment they delete it, from their smartphones, a swarm of Zasomon appear. The Zasomon grow bigger whenever they drink water, and they appear from people's smartphones and computers throughout the city in search of water. Hiro and the others ask for advice from BOKOMON Sensei, who says that if they don't do something about them, the entire world will be buried under Zasomon. Kyoshiro opens a lake field. I called that when Rory opened the jungle. Kyoshiro opens a lake field in the pseudo-digital world to draw the Zasomon toward the lake. However, ever-growing giant Zasomon puts Heroes and the others through quite a tough battle. Maybe Tesla? I'm not as confident we're getting Tesla Jellymon there.
I'm thinking back to the...
Maybe.
actual...
You think we'll get Jellymon first and then? Oh. Yeah, see, I'm
I
left.
don't know if
It would be a great Christmas present if Jellymon evolved. I'll say that. I mean, it's happening. The episode is on Stephen's Day, but I'll take a belated Christmas present of Jellymon's evolution. Jesus. I don't see an evolution happening in this episode. Yeah, in the two, I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to.
But again, I can't...
That's where I am.
There's...
No, which is what so I think maybe episode 13, but would they have 2 Kyoshiro episodes in a row? Because January 2nd, then the show was on hiatus, so we're taking a break that weekend. I'll probably have something. I'll probably do something for you guys, but that weekend, the show is on hiatus, and then we're back the following Sunday with episode 13, Executioner, with no synopses yet.
There's no death in the one called Executioner. I'll be very upset.
Yeah, no, seriously, the people who got turned into sake, I want it acknowledged that they're not coming back.
Yeah. Sorry, but if they turned them into sake and drank them, they're not being formed into humans.
No.
No.
Unless the show pulls a dot hack. And when they die in the game, they go into comas.
Oh.
So defeating the Ginkakumon and Ginkakumon, Keen and Gin, defeating Keen and Gin frees their spirits and they wake up. It's kind of sword arty as well, but
it says freeze people drag away.
Yeah.
So she's dragging their physical.
Maybe. Their digital or their digital soul.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of like a cyber sleuth, where the main character exists as a digital being, but his body's in a coma.
Yeah.
Or her body, depending on your choice. Yeah, we'll find out next week. I think so. I think he's the one. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's take pictures of him.
Yeah, the stupid friend. Yeah. Yeah, this idiot. Yeah, it is him.
Oh,
Nomura.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nomura.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting episodes. I don't see us getting an evolution in episode 10. But I'm more confident in the evolution happening in 10 than I am at 12.
Yeah, definitely.
But 12 is in a water area, and when Rory did the thing and summoned a jungle, I said there and then, Haru summoning a wrecked city, she summoning a jungle. Here is Kyoshiro going to bring us underwater? Kind of. And Jelly, I did, didn't I? Jelly underwater. That's kind of where my mind is on it. But Tesla Jelly seems to indicate electricity. Video game. Would it be more apt for Tesla Jellymon to show up in the game? Yeah. Yeah. Unless we're working on Pokemon logic and electricity against grass does sweet FA.
Yeah.
It's an interesting set of episodes in the next couple of weeks. Okay, let me just jump back over to the main thing. So, alright, Gladder, thanks very much for joining in. Hope we're nearly done, and we hope you had fun. Have a good night, and thanks again. We're getting out of here soon. It's nearly 1 a.m. We are 7 minutes below 1 a.m. So, yeah, well, Reiko does have an attachment to Repamon, as they say. I will be turning Angoramon's evolution to a cute girl. Awesome. And...
Kill the jump. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, like, if Angoramon evolves before she does. Like,
Yeah.
that'll be great, sort of, why can't I evolve? Like, why do you not love me enough, darling? You know? Getting really, like, tsundere about it.
Yeah, or strong enough to do it.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
You weren't so obsessed with me.
Baka Kyoshiro. Yeah, but it definitely sounds like Ruri and Angoramon are doing the partners fight and break up thing. Which is weird, because generally that's a protagonist thing. But, I mean, Sora and Piyomon doesn't count. Because Piyomon had her memories wiped. But then again, maybe I'm reading too much into that. We don't know what the awkward situation is. It could be like Hero and in this episode, and not the time gets away from her, but just something whisks her away. And
Or
but the fact that
I
it
don't know,
mentioned she's
he's-
wandering town by herself.
maybe thing for her. And like no would become badly, and
Yeah.
if someone gets hurt. No.
Yeah.
Jellymon, right?
Yeah, definitely Jellymon. Like, Jellymon is just such an easy, yeah, writes her character arc writes itself. Yeah. So do you think Executioner is Gulus? I mean, it's a horror show, so Unlucky 13. Maybe they play with that a bit. Yeah. Oh, you don't.
Catch clock. Take a minute.
Here's a thought. What if the video game episode is the one that gives us Wisengum? It has no reason to, because it seems like a Kyoshiro focused episode. But we're also getting a very Kyoshiro focused episode 2 weeks after that. So what if it goes Wizen, Kamamon, Simbara, Angoramon, and then Tesla Jellymon, and then everyone's evolved, so by 13 then Gulus shows up. Yeah. Ah, damn it. Okay. Yeah, we've no synopsis yet, so it's hard to tell about 13. But it's nice that at least the next 3 weeks seem to be focusing on not Hero, because we were just saying it would be nice. Maybe, yeah. So it may be nice to actually see, because we were talking about that earlier. Like, there's no like hero needs to not be the one ending everything. Looks like we might be finally getting some of that in the next couple of weeks. So, well done, show. If
we
true,
gotta keep at
basically,
it.
yeah.
The show will do it.
Yeah,
They know
that's it. That's it. The writers are big fans of the show. That's it. That's it. Could you imagine? Hi, writer senpai.
2 minutes.
Okay, so very quickly then, since we're still in spoiler territory. Speaking of Jellymon and Angoramon, the dim cards have their full rotation being announced. It's nice to be hyped and look at future episodes with positivity, unlike 2020. So the dim card lineups were finally fully revealed, and we've learned that Angoramon's ultimate form is going to be called Lamormon, who looks like a big, vicious Angoramon. Like, Simbara Angoramon just got all his fur back after turning into... after losing all the fur and getting a pair of pants, he just went and got vicious and fuzzy. Yeah. And then it looks like, I don't know, I thought that was a fin there, but it's not. It's whatever's on the tail. He like down his back. And then Tesla Jellymon is going to evolve into Thethismon, who looks very alien, has jellyfish shoulder pads, more tentacles, a big ol' eye, and we still can't work out if these are sagging boobs or not.
Yeah, I think it's more of a jelly shape. Kind of like a petal dress.
I think it is, but the
jelly,
but
it
the
looks
bright
makes it look like she has really saggy boobs.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love how alien it looks.
Yeah, her
like
face kind of looks like Andromon.
Yeah, and she's got lipstick, I think. I don't know if this thing here is the mouth, and that's a nose, or if...
I feel what I'm seeing is that's across.
Yeah. Yeah, we really...
It looks like she's wearing heels.
It does. It's tougher to get an idea of what the Jellymon evolution is actually going to look like, because until we get official Bandai art, and we probably won't get that until the dim card actually releases.
Yeah.
So that's another couple of days at the very least. But this here still technically on. Like Angoramon is like Lamormon is just a fluffy, vicious Angoramon, but that's the perfect level. Yeah. So not where I thought the evolution was going to go, because he's the Terriermon of the show, like for all intents and purposes. So him going from fluffy rabbit to trim rabbit with pants back to angry fluffy rabbit, not where I thought they would go with it. But Jesus, Thethismon just confuses me for dear life. Like,
A Jellymon. Pretty girl they give.
It looks strange and alien.
alien.
Yeah, like you have these like two tendril braids or bangs coming down, right?
Yeah.
But I can't tell if this pink part is meant to be lipstick or a nose. And this white thing just underneath it that looks like a smile is meant to be a mouth. So that's gonna be weird. Like if we this big pulsating eye and then a nose and a mouth here.
Yeah, see, I was thinking more that because that looks to visor thing. Like when Andromon popped with his face covered. But then it's like a red
but
cross, like for one eye.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tesla is kind of the same thing. I deleted the picture.
Yeah.
Now we need it. Thanks.
No, don't.
Thank
I
you.
didn't press delete.
Oh, you can delete that. We don't need that either.
I didn't press it. You.
Oh. Yeah, it's so bizarre, and I really do dig it. Like, Angoramon, fine, or Lamormon, fine. Angry Bunny, fine. It doesn't fly anymore by the looks of it. Those ears ain't spinning. Maybe he just jumps real good. But God, that Jellymon, perfect, is amazing. Because regular Jellymon even does have that big pink eye on her head. You know, as we seen on the card earlier, and even from the figurine. Let me get it out of the light, but you see the circle on her head there. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, oh yeah. So you can see the circle on her head there. So the fact that that's going to evolve and grow and change between evolutions as well, that's really good. Oh, it could be some sort. Yeah. Yeah, the Y of Wajat or something. So yeah, that's super cool. We'll shrink this back down then, and I think that's where we'll wrap things up. Yeah, because it's now 1:05. I did aim to be out of here for 1 o'clock. So
we're doing that 12-hour stream.
That is fine. Oh, okay. So, Reiko and whomever else may be watching, thank you all so much. This has been a hell of a podcast for the last, what, how long are we going for
3
now?
hours and 5.
3 hours and 5 minutes, good golly mighty.
I wonder my back.
Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah, I did a lot of talk.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you've been very proactive, which is awesome. That's probably not the word I'm looking for, but you're contributing, which is great. And it's all, again, as I said earlier, it's always good to have like a second set of eyes and opinion and stuff, so I don't get bogged down. So do
Yes.
I like her mega level. God, yeah. Oh, like
her to be
the scariest thing ever. Like, if that's what her perfect looks like, if she goes Rosemon after this, I'm done.
No, she needs to go Cthulhu.
Yeah, definitely needs to go Cthulhu after that.
Which would be great because Kyo would be terrified of her.
Oh God, could you imagine Kyoshiro's reaction to her? Oh, that'd be so fun.
Scarier. He's already scared of her.
Yeah.
So he gets actual.
Yeah, that's another thing. We haven't seen Kyoshiro's talismans in a couple of weeks. We need to bring those back. But yeah, with that, we are very much done. So, you're very welcome, Reiko. Thank you so much for being here. For all of it, realistically. You know, we're happy to see you each week, and hope we'll see you back again next week. No, okay. Look, time for bed. We gotta rest our old weary bones. So we shall see you during the week over on Twitch, and then back here on YouTube for, well, I'm gonna do a little video opening these things up. So that'll go up during the week. I still need to source the Pulsemon ones, because I do love me some Pulsemon. I'm wearing the Pulsemon bracelet this week. Kyo's talismans are what made him fun. Yeah, they're part of what made him fun. They definitely are. So everyone, just look after yourselves, be safe, stay well, drink your water, and we'll catch up with you during the week. So good night and take care, and may Yggdrasil bless you all, and Jellymon not cause a Majiramon to come after you for turning all your electronics into cryptocurrency or something. I don't know where I was going with that. I had an idea that sounded better in my head, and then brain went, no.
Yeah.
So, good night all. Do take care, and we'll see you again. Bye.